live stream? Maybe. I think so. We're going to say yes, and we're just going to keep talking and pretending like that was all part of the plan. Hello, Internet, and welcome to Phandelver and Below, a stream here on the Nerd Immersion channel where we play 25% what's in that book and everything else that you witness on this channel. So that being said, we're just going to roll into it. We weren't here last week, which was a bummer. But things were happening. People were busy. Life gets in the way sometimes. So we're back, and we're at a dinner party. It was like, it was kind of lead up to a dinner party last time, and now we're into the dinner party proper. So we're 75% of the way to the reliquary, which is probably going to tip at this dinner party, which is arguably the worst time for it to happen. But
what?
I guess we'll see.
I guess we will.
Yeah, so just a quick recap. Again, the party is at Soot's family home, where a lot of crazy shenanigans from a variety of different things have went down as they are getting acclimated to the world that is high society. There were accidental uses of a bidet, a fun family ride, introduction to various other nobility or high society folks, the invention / always existed, no question it at all, game of ghost hands, which is now a super popular thing. It might be the party's name. We don't know. It's a thought that's been thrown around. Also, it may or may not be the most popular children's game in Luskin. They'll only know if they go there. Anyway, that being said, also, yeah, we're working on merch. I haven't come up with a design that I really like for Ghost Hands, but it will exist. It will be available. I will let you know when it does.
That moment when you show up with a hot Luskin Night shirt in front of Jeremy Crawford or Chris Perkins, and you have to explain it.
Yeah, right. There's
just give me a little bit.
Just a little bit of context as to what that's about. Yeah. Well, let me tell you about Luskin in my version of the Forgotten Realms, boys. We've got something to talk about now. Mm-hmm. If I can get this, I will wear it to whatever Ultimate WotC party happens at Gen Con, just to see what happens.
Everybody shows up with hot Luskin Night shirts. Let's go.
All right, see, that one's way easier to... Hot Luskin Nights is what... That could all... I'm going to write that one down. That's a good one. That also could be a thing, but Ghost Hands is separate.
That is just farming my IP over here.
Yeah. A whole crew of people wearing that shirt, and everybody has a different explanation for why they're wearing it and why it's a thing.
Yeah, I love that. I love having stupid shirt-based... I'm going to have an entire week's plus worth of wardrobe of stupid shirt ideas that have come from D&D Game /Gatherings. Yes. I'm already at 3.
Shame people into having fun with us. Like, that's just the part of the gig.
Actually, I'm at 4, and when I nail down my broccoli, I'll have 5.
Yes.
So,
our humor is like gravity. It just draws more people in.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's very true.
Next time when me and Jake go on a Philadelphia beer run, we're actually just going to go in the nightclub and wait until we eventually go to the seafood market, which is obviously the best place on the planet to pick up beverages in Philly.
Hey, what? There's only like 2 places open in Philly past 11.
Oh, yes. I remember hearing that story.
Or we'll plan a little bit ahead and just get beer earlier.
Plan ahead?
That seems 100%. That seems silly.
Yeah, some of you guys drive down.
Quiet, yeah. LB, with your knowledge of half of the people that you're talking to on this channel having driven down there.
Yeah, sorry, we have cars, LB.
Jeez.
It's I would drive, but it's like, 20 hours, so...
All right. Next time, here's the plan, all right? Sorry, Internet, we need to hash this out live for you, apparently.
We're doing this live.
Come on, Internet. Let us know your opinion.
What we'll do...
Yeah, who's right here?
I'm going to task Robert, LB, and Cujo, before we get to the PAX Unplugged weekend, to 1, remind me, and 2, give me things you want me to go get, and then I'll just
I
drive
got you.
it down.
I have a list already. I have a list ready.
So right, it's Voodoo Ranger everything. I got that. That's already in the bag. I figured that much out.
I just want someone to walk with me to the Christmas bar while it's still open. That's it. That's all I wanted. And
Yeah, okay.
I promise you, I will.
We will make it to Tinsel while it's still open. We got a drink there, right?
No, we didn't. We got a drink at the bar next
door. That's right.
We
Damn
had
it.
to go to the very lesser bar next door. but
Yeah. All right.
hey, we still, I still enjoyed myself.
That's a little peek
what
behind.
D&D.
That's a peek behind the curtain of what it's like to hang out with us in real life. Anyway, that being said, we are at the dinner party. The kind of cocktail hour had commenced, and we're gonna kind of bring the cocktail hour to a close so we can get into the dinner party proper here, as everybody's gonna sit down to the main meal, and then that will also be what kind of triggers the fun little games, as well, as this is a non-typical, this is a Feldspar dinner party. They're a little bit different than your average high society dinner party. So that being said, I had asked you guys a couple of questions where dinner party, it's important placement of who sits where. So I think we gathered this down. It is a big, long, one singular rectangular table. So it's dad is at one end and her mom is at the other, kind of capping this off, and then everybody will sort of mingle in between. However, there is some degree of importance of who ends up where. So Soot is immediately spoken for on the right side of her father. Where was everybody else going to end up after that? We had a couple other discussions offline. I think you guys figured it out, but I just want to check.
For sure.
So,
I could sit in the spot for social interactions and best humor. Second chair to Henry's left.
Okay, I like it.
Nice.
Do this upside down. All right. We got Gable there, Soot there, and then who's the person who we would consider possibly the leader / best closest relationship with Soot?
I want to sit on the other end of the table. I don't want to sit next to Soot's dad.
Okay, all right.
Bronson.
Oh, okay. All right, we're putting. So I just want.
with parents.
So I just want to point this out. We're gonna put Henry's at the head of the table. Immediately to his right is Soot, and then right after Soot is Bronson. Very much easy talking distance. I just want to make that very clear, right? We can easily have conversations without having to like shuffle around too much. Then to his left, let's see. We'll make that. What do I want to make immediate left? You know, let's skip to the other end because we'll go where Jake. Are you going to go immediately to her right or immediately to her left?
I am going to go immediately to her right, I believe, which is the finer points of the details.
Okay, all right. Finer points of details of adventuring, kind of talk about all that stuff. I see.
Absolutely.
All right, and we'll put to Soot's. Oh, you know what? Yes. Okay, we're gonna put Greta to Soot's dad's immediate left, and then Gable is one beyond, and then that means on the opposite end, we've got next to we've got Bishop on one side, and we're gonna put Dame Agatha on the other side immediately to the left. Yeah. Well, I told you I was gonna do this. I'm gonna make it fun for me at the very least.
Yeah, of course.
And then we'll say kind of the Meyerwood family's kind of in the middle, kind of between everybody. And then I also want just a very important note is immediately to the right of Bronson in 3 in a row are the halfling triplets.
I love them so much.
Yeah. So that is kind of our overall layout of this dinner party. And everybody kind of comes in, the candles are lit, everybody's getting ready to serve food, and I thought I had a menu designed for this. In my head, all I can think of is beef Wellington, because I'm just thinking about fine dining and breathing.
Yes.
So let's see. All right, so everybody will come in, kind of the attendants will be there to kind of pull out chairs for everybody, let everybody sit down and get into their seats. As they're starting to bring out, first of all, it'll be drinks. I don't know what everybody's drinking already, but there is an option for a variety of different kinds of wines. They have that's like a whole large chunk of underneath the house is just a massive wine cellar. And I also I'm immediately blanking on names of all Forgotten Realms
There's 3 wine
wines.
cellars.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 3.
3 distinct.
That's right. We
separate.
talked about this. That's right. There were 3 separate ones. All right. So, yeah, you can have whatever type of drink you would like. And I guess we're going to start with, okay. Hang on. We're generating a full course meal right now for you. All right, hang on. We have...
These sounds coming out of Ted are great.
I'm excited for these mushroom caps that are going to be the starting appetizer here. Stuffed with a blend of herb cheese and minced pixie peppers, these mushroom caps are gently roasted and served with a drizzle of truffle oil.
How hot are pixie peppers?
Ooh. You know what? I'm going to roll. I haven't thought this through. We're going to roll. Nobody rolls a D12 that often. We're going to roll a D12.
You love that D12.
I do.
5 minutes into this dinner, Bishop's like, I can't. It's too spicy.
We're going to...
Please excuse.
So we're going to say 1 is like nothing, right? Runs like a red pepper, right? So imagine, if you will, on a Scoville scale of the Forgotten Realms goes to a 12. We'll say this is an 8 pixie peppers.
Oh.
They're not. This is a wake you up. This is a palate cleansing is probably not the right term, but we're gonna get you prepped for the rest of this meal.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, it actually consuming these peppers gives you a small boost of a +1 to your perception checks for the rest of the dinner, as there is a little bit of magic in these pixie peppers.
Ooh.
So you can all feel slight improvement to that. And as conversation is beginning, they'll tell you that they're in the process. We're going to start playing the first game, which is the next course that they're going to bring out is a soup. And it is a taste test challenge where the cooks have come up with some interesting random ingredients from all about the realms. And it is up to everybody here to determine what the secret ingredient is in this meal. So,
Okay.
that being said, this is, funnily enough, they wanted to give, especially all of you new types, a little bit of an advantage here. So this is either a perception check or a nature check to identify the ingredients. And they said this is going to kick off kind of step 1. There's going to be a secret ingredient added to each course from this point on. So we will have one of these checks with each course, and we'll kind of just tally up. We're going to say that there is, I'm going to give you 3 tiers of ingredients based on how exotic they are. DC is 10, 15, and 20. We'll see. I mean, it might only be something that's pretty low scale, but it also could be something, there could be multiple ingredients. We're going to go kind of through a tier list as we go through the dinner, as conversation continues. So, for our first up here, we have, absolutely, we're going to let, obviously, Bronson's going to make all of these at advantage because he is a chef.
Let's go.
I mean, come on.
No.
I know.
So, we have this, we've got this soup coming up here. So it is a very clear looking, almost just looks like broth at this point. I'd like everybody to make me either perception checks or nature checks, whichever you feel is better.
You guys bet on me to win this, right? I've got a 0 to nature.
Oh my God, they did.
Perception.
They did.
Yep.
I forgot about the bet. Oh man. All right.
And I'm stuck all the way by myself in the corner. And I have a +1.
Oh, I have +7, but I just rolled in that one.
Advantage. We already said it's an advantage, though.
That's true.
Oh, let's go.
For the
let's
chef
go.
feat.
Fight the power. Oh, to a 19. 26.
Woo.
All right.
3.
I got 16.
Okay. And how about Seth?
10.
All right. Bishop.
It's the peppers.
It's the peppers, yeah, for sure.
I'm sweating so bad. I like casually prestidigitate myself like every couple like minute or so
All right.
because I'm just like drenched.
Okay. Let's see. We'll go with this is officially course 1. Yeah. Dame Agatha across the table from you is kind of just watching as like you can kind of see the little bit of like redness kind of in like the neck and the constant just wiping of the sweat off of your brow. She's like, you all right over there, son?
Oh yes, I am well. I do not deal with spicy food well. But it was just so delicious is the thing. So I could not help myself. But I'm okay.
It looks like you're enjoying yourself.
Having a good time.
All right. So, with that being said, Bishop, you have absolutely no idea.
This is certainly at least water.
It is. It's weird because it looks just like a clear broth. There's definitely some sort of herbs like floating about in it, but it's weird because it is like it's clear, but it's savory. It's odd. This is definitely maybe this is some weird high society thing. That being said, we've got. Let's see. I'm just gonna make notes over here. We've got Soot, Bishop, Gable got a 16. Bishop got a 3, Soot got a 10, and Bronson got a 20, what?
26.
26? All right. That's course 1. Okay, I'll tell you at the end how well you did. This will be a little game for me. All right, then we're moving to what seems pretty simplest. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll a d4 here because of what's in this soup, and we're gonna see.
It's people.
It turns out, yeah, that's the secret ingredient. It's a cookbook to how to serve. How to serve man. Turns out it's a cookbook. Yeah, only a couple of us old timers will get that one. But Bishop, as you finish consuming this broth, you kind of like your vision kind of blurs for a minute and like you see the whole room about you, but you also see like other things floating about like in the air, all sorts of weird spiritual kind of creatures and things that don't like look really weird and kind of out of place. And there's like weird fish things, kind of whales like swimming through the air. And then all of a sudden it's like you blink and it's gone.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers. Delicious. I'm here.
All right.
He's also got hallucinogenics in addition to the spiciness to deal with.
Next course is a salad. Seems it seems pretty standard, right? You see a lot of leafy lettuce, different kinds of leaves on here. It's tossed in some kind of, anybody can kind of tell it's tossed in some kind of a vinaigrette. I would like everybody to make me another series of checks.
Vinaigrette? These cheap.
God damn, man. Tell us how you really feel.
I was expected tableside Caesar. Where's the small manservant with my ground pepper?
I mean, he's there. You want it. He's there. You think it, and he's there. And he's like, you can see this guy's got a bandolier. He's ready to go. You want to really make this happen. We got a lot of pepper for you here.
26 again.
Jesus Christ.
9.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter
And
how
that's
you dress up this kale. It still tastes like kale.
Soot?
Oh, I was unmuted the whole time. 13.
Cool.
I'm more of a tableside Caesar guy, but you know.
There's definitely something in here, Bronson, that's a little bit different. It's
How's it making me feel?
It's like, so there's the vinaigrette to it, but there's like an underlying sweetness to this that seems like it works surprisingly well together, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's different. And there's like weird berries mixed in with this salad as well. So
some sort of beets, shallots, and wild berries.
All of which I'm not a fan of, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Kind of all smells like Framunda.
Beets, they're a mid-tier vegetable.
Yeah. Not real talkily like we had over at Green Dragon Fest. We'll move on to a main course here, which is some kind of roasted boar is the kind of main meal here. So I'll like everybody to make another series of checks, please.
Oh, so much better.
19.
I'm back in the game.
What do we got, Gable?
26.
God, man. Well, okay. LB?
It was hovering on a 2, but it went to a 20 for a 26, baby.
All right. We are really an all or nothing group here. And Jake, how we doing, bud? There it is.
I'm number 1, baby.
That's my boy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
just my tongue is blown out from the pixie peppers. I can't taste anything.
So here's the thing. You're right, which almost works to your favor, as the rest of you can tell. It's very faint. It's enough to be one of those heats that is it's like a slow burn, and then it kind of does that warming you up kind of a thing. There's a nice little on the aftertaste of this, but your taste buds are just so fried, Bishop, you don't even know that there's also some spice to this board. What? Looks good. Yeah.
I would like to make an investigation check or perception check that this is indeed wild boar.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check if you would.
It's people.
Again.
That would be I wouldn't do that to LB, but it would be wild if they're like, this is the most dangerous game.
This is exactly
adventurer.
I want to make sure that this isn't Richard.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Damn.
I've had enough drinks to where I'm looking at this.
Yeah, chat's right along with you, right as that's happening.
Maybe there's a lot of things that come to the farm that don't leave.
Oh my god, that'd be wild. This one's got unicorn in it.
It's like I'm never integrating my family with you assholes ever again.
All right,
y'all are nasty.
What did you get there, Bronson, with your perception?
21.
21. It is in fact boar, but the sort of marinade in it, it's definitely, you guys can obviously tell and also appreciate because of your taste buds, the sauce and the marinade that this has been cooked in. But there's something greater to this that was done in an initial processing here that's unlike anything you've probably ever truly tasted, but there's something eerily familiar to everybody but Bishop, who can't taste anything right now. We'll come back to that. Now this is not just obviously that is the main course, but there are side dishes with this. One of them is mashed potatoes to go with this. However, I'll get everybody to make me a check. Here's the thing. You guys, they're very light and airy, these potatoes, like very well whipped. These are not a very like chunky potato. However, now Bishop, you're not sure if it's just what's been going on, but you are positive that your potatoes are floating off of the plate. Like they're that airy that they're like floating up. But I will also say that when you all go to eat these potatoes, they do also almost seem to like levitate with the fork.
Hippies. I knew it. They're hippies. Oh God. Okay. Breathe. Just breathe, Bronson. Breathe.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, oh, it's those damn instant potatoes. They put too much water in it.
Can I go ahead and get another round of checks for these potatoes, if we would?
Potatoes.
11.
11.
23.
Natural 20. Get
Let's
these
go.
psychosilbin potatoes out of here.
And our good buddy Bishop, how we doing?
I got a 7.
God damn, my man, you have not broke
Jake,
10 yet.
Oh my god.
Well, you're right. I haven't.
All right.
He's much
and
more of a baker.
Yeah,
well-
yeah. I'm a sweets guy.
the
say.
final side to go with this is asparagus. It just looks like asparagus, as far as you can tell.
Hmm.
What do I get with my nat 20 on them taters?
He'll tell you.
Yeah, I will tell you.
Oh,
This so apparently, whether it has anything to do with the quite literal fiery nature of their child, you've obviously picked up on a theme throughout this, and it's that unfortunately for Bishop, the Feldspars love peppers, right? So there is a variety, there is some degree of spice or pepper with almost every single meal you've had. And you've heard of a pepper. Nobody, like, this is like one of those things that people, could it be made up? Possibly. Who would even want to do this? It's called a phantom pepper. Not a ghost pepper, a phantom pepper. And it is quite literally, like, it's enchanting these potatoes to the point where they are almost floating off of the plate. If you put enough in there, you could probably just like let it float right into your mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah, just like that, like 0G mashed potatoes.
I'm across the table like Bronson.
Floating.
I just need a screen cap of that, and I need it to
I
be
got it.
Robert's
I'll
profile
get it.
picture.
Oh my god.
Gotta catch the low ones.
Not that. Mm-mm.
It's like
Good
one floats
nasties.
away and you're trying to get it.
Oh, that one's getting away.
Bronson's just Pac-Man-ing his way through this dinner. After all these potatoes. So
Something's got to tame this buzz, okay?
that's
it is
fair.
warm in here, though. I mean, it's definitely warm.
Woo!
Is it? I
think
wasn't feeling the heat, but sure, Bishop.
It's
People,
the
it's
side
not
of the
nice to
table.
yell.
Ugh.
Guys, it's not nice to yell across the table.
Yeah, remember, there is at least 3 to 5 people between you and where Bishop is at the other end of the table.
So is this a scenario where we're dining European style, where it's like we brought out the bottles of water at the table, like there's no ice, or is it ice situation?
Probably. I mean, they probably have ice.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Fancy.
cute.
Making
And
sure I'm getting a cold drink here. Otherwise, I was gonna have to go upstairs and get a little rinse.
that's what I just want to make sure that's where we're going with that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I want to mix this good cold water here because I knew where to find it.
God damn
I
it.
am going to be crunching my ice as loud as possible at the dinner table.
It is crunchy and it is loud. Let me get a check for this asparagus, please.
Bacon wrapped or straight up?
This is straight up. It is glinting though. The asparagus is glinting. Yeah,
My asparagus, oi, it's glinting.
that's right.
5.
17.
17.
17 for me too.
Yay!
All right. So we at this point have once everybody is good and full of whatever kind of seconds, thirds, or whatever they like from all of this, out comes a chocolate cake.
Oh, let's go.
All right, this is a deep dark chocolate cake, and you can also see that it's inside, like when the cake is cut and sliced. I don't know. We're establishing marshmallows exist in the Forgotten Realms. We're establishing that right now because it is layered with like a marshmallow filling inside this cake. I would like everybody to make another check here. Maybe this is it, Bishop. Maybe it was it needed to be cake.
19.
Hey, all
There
right.
we go.
Yes, yes.
Is that a 20?
That is a natural
26.
20.
26.
Ah.
All right. What do you got, Cujo? What's your number here for this?
My
Just
total
curious. Yeah,
with the natural 20 is 27.
27. And Soot.
18.
Wow, all right. Everybody's digging the dessert. Well, we're gonna come back to something
this
about
is delightful.
it is okay. I want all of you. We're gonna come back to this because there have been minor magical effects happening with everything we've had tonight. Some of them I've alluded to more than others because it's fun for me. This one has a really interesting side effect, and I will put this to all of you as we can. There's more to go because there is like an after dinner kind of drink to go with this as well. However, each one of you, when you bite into this cake, we're gonna roll a percentile for this, but it has a chance to recall a forgotten memory.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we'll come back to that because you'll think about the memory. We'll make the roll in a little bit, but we're gonna keep moving on. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
I'm covering this cake like Trish-licious. Like I got the heavy cream out.
Sure.
I'll make sure I got like a bowl. Like I'm not turning this thing into a milk steak. All right.
We gotta be civilized with this cake here.
Okay.
Crunching your ice. Civilized.
Yeah, rewind 2 minutes to.
Yeah.
Floating balls.
Anyway, so the after dinner drink is a tea. It's a nice mint tea.
Thank goodness.
And yeah, it
Sleepy Owlbear, I'll tell you that.
This is very true. And I'm not even gonna have you make a roll for this tea. So
actually, minty, good Moroccan mint. Actually, I'm definitely there for that.
So I'm gonna go. It's now the end, and we'll say that for all intents and purposes, there's like a little, like a golf style scorecard with like a little pencil, right? Everybody to write down what you think the secret ingredient is as you go down the list, right? Okay. And I will go down the list,
pepper.
and I will tell you what is in everything, and we'll go through our list, right? We talked about the pixie pepper in the mystic mushrooms from the start here. So for our first course, right, the broth, let's see, that was really our best here was Bronson, but Gable, you didn't do too bad. So this, the kind of a side effect that you saw was, or at least that you experienced the most there, Bishop, is momentary peering into the ethereal plane.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have, there is, I need my Forgotten Realms map, but
So what family members are lingering in your house that I may have seen while I'm tripping at dinner?
In this house, we built this house, so
On rock and roll.
yes.
damn. All right.
I'm sorry, it came out. I didn't have any control over it.
That was good. We all liked it.
Yeah, let's grab some area from.
I don't see Grandma, do I?
No.
No, my
right?
grandparents are still alive. They're elves.
Oh, God,
I mean-
they're sitting next to the.
All right, so this particular thing you'll know, Robert, and I guess we can. Cable's been traveled a little bit. So these are definitely some sort of herbs coming from the Moonshay Isles, which have all sorts of weird things. Sometimes those things pass in and out of existence depending on the time period. So that will cover you there. So you guys are good on that. For course 2, our salad. Now, this was everybody except for Bronson. You really just clenched this one. So there was some degree of elven honey and some moonberries mixed in with this salad, which is what kind of added that sweetness to it. Other than that, it was mostly just leaves. Yeah, not, hey, gotta have something like here. So the boar. Okay. So Bishop, your taste buds were shot to shit because you rolled a natural 1 on this one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of you who thought that there was something familiar in this boar, at least that's what they're going to tell you, whether or not that's true, but it does track with what you've seen. In early stages, before kind of the final preparation and cooking of this, supposedly roasted via dragon fire. So it says. You guys have been almost roasted, although it was poison, by a dragon. You've also had dragon meat. And we're very different from, say, something like a red to a green. Or maybe it's metallic, who knows, right? Maybe it's a good dragon, and that's part of their deal, is they just roast meat for people.
They just murder good dragons and eat them. It's great.
No, it's boar. So maybe there's some, like, well-intentioned brass dragon out there who just runs a roasting company. And, although now I got to write down dragon roasted coffee because that seems like another good thing too, right?
Ooh,
like
that's
right. You want to get a dragon roasted coffee beans, yeah. Yeah, we'll add
This is
that
our
to
dragon roast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I like that.
And the little bit of hint of heat is I've added because we're going with this pepper theme here, a dragon fire pepper, which we're gonna say is a 10. On our scale of school, but it's just like it's a very small hint in the sauce, not like heavily embedded in it. Really just drive home that dragon bit. Now, we had our floating potatoes with our Fanta peppers. It caused things to float, which led to the best gifts we'll ever have of Robert.
This is a mango habanero?
The asparagus, we talked about how it was glinting. There is literal emerald dust in this asparagus.
What?
They own mines and stuff, yeah.
That's like Goldschlager.
It is 100%
literal gold.
Yeah, correct.
Pre knowing about asbestos, me and the boys did bumps of emerald dust all the time.
Exactly.
What was in the potatoes?
Phantom pepper.
Oh, right.
Now, the cake. Everybody's favorite. This cake here. This is made. Let's see. Everybody did really well on this one, so I'll give this one to everybody. This is some of the most decadent dark chocolate that you've ever had. And this is cocoa imported from the Shadowfell.
Ooh.
Oh, that's just that. Ooh.
Yeah, take that. Yep. Listen, when you got this kind of money, what else are you going to spend it on, Yeah, enjoy that. And it was just like a local elven mint tea, like from, Star Meadow, or Star Meadow, or whatever the woods are that are nearby that I can't remember. Star Hills, I think is what it is.
Star
Metal.
Star Meadow,
Starlight.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm too far south on my map here. Neverwinter wood mint tea. Sure. Anyway.
Sure.
So, based on all of our rolls here, with nothing like sub like a 15 over here, we got to give this one to Bronson. I have to say. Although I'd say Bishop, my man,
Close second.
You had one that was in the double digits out of all of these tests. Now,
All right, so in the broth there was ether nuts. The salad had sunflower seed oil. The boar had double pixie peppers. The potatoes clearly had air elemental in it. The asparagus is organic. And the cake is from the Shadowfell cocoa.
yeah, that's about how that went. So
Yeah, I present it confidently. Like
they kind of go
Come
through
on.
the list, and as everybody kind of they tally it all up, and they're going to obviously give the sort of the win of this clearly goes to Bronson. Henry will stand up and say, "Well, our dwarven friend, the loudest cruncher of ice I've ever experienced, is clearly the winner of our taste test challenge." And everybody's kind of, high society clapping for you, Bronson.
You get more surface area that way.
And you'll get, I don't know. You know what? They're going to give you not a trinket table trinket. I need to clarify that because that would make sense because it'll be like, this is a thing from your childhood. And they're like, oh yeah, we've had this just for you. But they will give you like a little, I don't know. We'll make it like a lapel pin. They've got like a series of little lapel pins for the winners of each game. And this one's got like a little chef hat on it. And this little chef hat will give you a +1 to the next Constitution saving throw you wish to use it on before it fizzles out and goes non-magical. Now,
I would like to immediately use this +1 for my Constitution saving throw.
Okay, go ahead and make it. Also, I love that chat called it a shatter cake for the chocolate. So we're gonna call that's what it's called now officially.
Shatter cake.
That's officially what it's called.
So funny.
Go ahead and make that Constitution save if you would.
Oh, would be a pleasure. Oh yeah, unnatural 20.
And what was this for?
Oh, this was for the amount of booze by the time it got into this course.
That's fair. There has been a lot. That's true. I forgot. Bronson has been drinking heavily as he crunches through his ice
all day.
It's so funny.
And I'm doing it for I keep getting like 3 fingers worth of bourbon on that glass, and it's a nice glacial piece of ice that's there, but somehow I like beaver tooth that thing at the end of it each time. Like, oh yeah, ice is like damn near the best part.
So we've gotten sort of the checks and stuff out of the way for the dinner related game. I'm going to rewind us back to go over a little bit of the discussion and the conversation that happens at dinner here as this goes on. So we're going to cut right to you, Bishop, as you're in the process of your different meals, possibly just after seeing the ethereal plane for the first time.
Okay.
So Soot's mom will look to you and say, so you have been traveling with my daughter, adventuring. Please tell me some of the wonderful times you've had together. What adventures have you gone on? I'd love to hear about some of the finer points of these adventures you've been on. We don't get to see her very often, and I want to know what fun she's getting up to.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Well, it all started, we were hired by Gundren Rockseeker to go to Phandelver in order to just deliver some supplies to him. But we came across his horses, which are currently stabled in... What?
No, go ahead.
Joseph has to start laughing.
Don't worry, it has nothing to do with this scene.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right,
it's
cool.
LB being fucking unnecessary. Go on. I'm
All
so
right.
sorry.
No, that's
Bro,
okay.
Dad put up a link for us to do a drawing thing, okay?
Oh, okay. So you guys are just fucking off while we're trying to play. I get
No,
it.
I have the table.
You have the table drawn. That's very cute. All right. Anyway, so which are actually our horses that we have right outside. we've brought him along on our little adventure. You guys are just the worst.
Sorry.
Uh,
I'll be
we've
down
named
here.
them Buster and Clarence, who I've taken in under my wing. And we found that that was most likely Gundren's horse, along with his good man Sildar Hallwinter. So we went and investigated, got attacked by some goblins, found the cave that they were holding people up in. There was a fire in the cave because it wasn't OSHA safe or approved. There was only one egress, so the fire raged, killed all the goblins for us, which was good, except that we found Sildar Hallwinter's body. Ted, how much detail do you want me to run through our campaign here?
Yeah, just
'Cause
like just tell me the whole rest of everything that happened. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, because I feel like I could go through a majority. Big points though is we went to Phandelver. We discovered some bandits under the manor. We cleared them out. We met a Nothic. Then we went out and adventured in search of Gundren Rockseeker information about him. We were unable to find too much in our first forays out. We went back and met Tilverton. I'm going to tell him a lot about Tilverton because
Yeah.
I'm trying to push the Tilverton brand.
Yeah,
And
go
I'm like,
ahead
he
and
is-
make me a persuasion check with
Yeah.
advantage about Tilverton.
All right, come on, something. Ooh, a 2 and a natural 20.
Okay. Wow.
So that becomes a 20. What's a persuasion? 25.
Okay, yeah. She said, "Uh-oh. We have a roll to make."
Oh no.
Oh no. No.
And by no, I mean yes.
She says, "Thank you, Faye. That is, you came in at exactly the right time." Anyway, we're gonna finish this pit, and then we're gonna cut back to see what kind of good, bad, or weird thing happens in just a second. And she says, "Oh, this Tilverton fellow sounds quite interesting. Do you think is he looking for investors? Because I feel like we could definitely. I mean, he's helping our daughter on her adventures, which sounds wonderful, and we're always looking to diversify, our portfolio. So magic items seems like all I've heard is they hold their value. I don't really know anything about it, but
Absolutely. And you know what? He is an incredible inventor, but I'm not sure he's as business savvy as his talents would purvey. He's so incredible at creating and procuring these items, and yet the prices are literally unreasonably low.
Oh, I see. All right. So do you think so? It's not a good investment then?
Oh, I think it's a great investment if you could get him in a room and talk to him about moving forward with it. I think he just needs some guidance as well as an investment.
I see. Well, I'll have to talk to Henry, and we'll see if we can't come up with some sort of proposal. And he's in Phandelver, you say?
Yes, indeed. An absolute delight of a man.
Well, maybe, no, I don't want to, no. Soot is off doing her thing, and I don't want to encroach on it. It would be weird if her parents came with her back to Phandelver to go see this. We'll wait till after you guys leave, and then we'll come back maybe later to approach this business deal.
However you would like to do it. If you wanted to maybe write a letter, we could bring it with us. A letter of interest.
Yeah, perhaps. We really like to be. We're really more about all in person kind of meetings, especially with business. You can't really get a read on somebody through a letter.
That seems perfectly reasonable. I can't get a read on anybody anyway.
That's fair. All right, then I'm gonna deal with this. All right, so I need somebody to roll me a d6. Now, 1 and 2 is good. 3 and 4 is bad. 5 and 6 is weird. We've established these rules already.
I vote Soot since it's her family party.
I vote Soot because I don't want to be in trouble for rolling a 3.
I rolled a 2.
All right, that was a 2. Do we want to LB?
I'm doing my part.
No, you want to keep you.
LB's like, nope, that's fine. That's
You're
fine.
gonna take the. We're gonna take the good.
Two's great. Two's great.
What did you roll out of curiosity?
I didn't roll anything. I
Okay,
hadn't
all right.
set the dice down yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. Then I'll have you roll the D30, LB.
Okay, I have one of those right here. Right here.
We all saw it, LB. It's okay.
21.
Ooh.
Oh boy, that's an interesting one. We're so close to getting a rocket launcher, but
No.
I could have been Ada. I could have been Ada Wong.
22 is a rocket launcher with 2 rockets that deal 8d6. It's basically a portable fireball.
Holy shit.
Good lord.
I ended a one shot. We did the Stranger Things one shot, and that happened, and that's how we ended the one shot. Somebody just had a rocket launcher.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Resident Evil'd it.
At 100%. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Give me a sec. I have to think about this.
Always a good sign when tech needs a second.
These are in my, this is my domain.
This is in your
Overall.
domain, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So we can blame you.
You can, in
You
fact,
can
blame me.
entirely blame
All
Jake for
the
this.
blame.
I'll take it. Whatever it is, I'm happy about it.
Oh, God. All right. Hang on. I need a name real quick. As somebody's going to appear at this dinner party here. Hang on.
Severin.
No. Severin is
Marshall.
Severin is the name of the ex-leader of the Cult of the Dragon who tried to bring Tiamat into this world in
Okay.
at some relatively kind of familiar timeline to the one you guys are in.
Just kidding. Not that one.
Not a popular name in the Phandelver nurseries.
No, that is very true. All right, we've put a name. All right, so after dinner, after the tea happens, there's an explosion of rainbows and magic. As
Me when I walk into a room.
hey yo. Cujo appears. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello.
Shattered Dreams Productions.
Yeah, so a female pixie appears.
She's pissed that we took her peppers.
I've come to make do on the peppers you stole. That's stupid enough. We're gonna keep that. All right. And she appears in front of Soot's mother and she says, "Well, I've heard through the grapevine in a long series of paper trails that you have stolen my peppers. And from what I can tell from observing everybody here, it looks as though you've ingested them. And I don't want them back after. So,
Yeah, fair.
what I say," and she looks around the room and kind of surveys, and she says, "I'll be honest, I've been spying for a little bit, watching this dinner party happen. And I think a suitable means of repayment is that I'm gonna join this adventuring party, for better or for worse. Well, I guess we'll see." And she'll go around and shake hands with everybody and be like, "My name's Flix, and I'm a part of your party now. What do you guys call yourselves?" And like everybody else is like all the high society nobles are like, "What is happening right now?"
All right.
We don't really have an opening.
That's okay. I'll make one.
so-
And she just kind of like, "I'll just fit right here." She just sits between you and Bronson.
Okay.
I need to know for clarification, is it like Julia Roberts, Pixie, and Hook? Or
Ooh. Well, you know what, Jake?
Yes.
You created this one, And it literally says a pixie joins the party for better or worse. That was your words, not mine.
That sounds like me.
So in your wisdom of creating this some 8 years ago, what did you envision this pixie to when you thought of pixie at that time? What did you think of?
I think I thought of the monster block stats of Pixie.
The Pixie from the Monster Manual. I see.
From the Monster Manual, straight up Pixie. And I think, yeah, she's just waiting for us to get her pixie mushrooms or pixie peppers.
I see.
She's gonna follow us around like Misty from Pokemon about the bike.
Oh God, great! You have Togepi. That's great. Moving on.
Togepi's cute.
And she's like, yep, I'm part of this party that doesn't have a name, but they'll get one eventually. Maybe I'll come up with it and tell everybody what your name is. And then I don't know, I'll come up with some. Don't worry. I'm really, really good at this.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you.
Yes,
Is it?
Something.
He gets it. I like him.
Sure. Well, Flix, it's great to meet you. We're having a bit of a dinner here.
I see. This is fancy. And she's got like okay, hang on. So we're gonna we'll say like 10 inches tall, right? So we're saying like the stat block from the Monster Manual. So we got the sort of shimmering, kind of translucent, not quite dragonfly wings, but you know what I mean when I say like kind of those translucent wings. Her skin, we're gonna make her like a pale, like purple. And we're gonna make her hair like kind of a tangle of blue and green. And yeah, her clothes, we'll make them kind of like leaves and spider silk, very foresty, very traditional, kind of pixie style. Bishop, I need you to make me or Jake rather, I need you to make me 2 D100 rolls. You've been given 2 trinkets. And she's like,
What are you doing?
50.
Pixies, run this bitch.
What? 50 and 74.
And she's like, I like you so much, you can have these. And she'll give you, what were those numbers again, Jake? I'm sorry.
50 and 74.
Welcome to dinner, slut.
I just threw the force.
Okay, 50 and 74. I'm sorry, hang on.
I like you.
Why are you distracted, Ted? I can't imagine.
Why? What? Yeah, you're right. Why would that be distracting in any way? Oh God. Let's see.
All right.
74. All right. She gives you a pair of shackles that only lock if the wearer is guilty. Innocent hands slide right out of them.
Wow. This is incredible.
And she's like, well, you seem like the type who might really, like these, and you're a paladin, so sorry I'm really profiling, and I guess profiling's wrong, but I thought you might like them.
No, I love them.
And also, you can have this thing, which is, okay, she gives you a charm she basically like looks at what Bronson has and like mimics a similar one, like a little lapel pin, but it's a picture of her. And it gives you a advantage on a Constitution saving throw of your choice before becoming non-magical.
Okay. Well, Flix, thank you so much.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get rid of me. I'm here. I'm part of this party. Whether you want me to be or not.
I'm thrilled to have you here. I will make the best of a good thing.
Yeah, it's like an unspoken treaty. See, that's just kind of how things work. Like, you took something of mine, and it's like a treaty that you probably don't really like know about. That like you took something of mine, so like I'm entitled to repayment. You just didn't know. So now you know. Pixie peppers could come with the price.
Fate deals and customs are strange.
Yeah, no, that's kind of like our whole thing.
Yay!
Delightful.
I put the shackles in the same pocket as the handcuffs.
Watch out, Bishop. We learned the last time.
I don't put them on me. I know I can't open them.
They're overzealous handcuffs. Anytime you go anywhere near them, they just latch onto your wrist.
Are these handcuffs a mimic?
And she's like, well, I've never seen that, but that's a great idea. Think of how much you could torture somebody with handcuffs that are a mimic. They'd eat their hands.
Nice. This is a
Okay.
dinner party, please.
Well, dinner's over. Fine,
Doesn't mean
fine.
that, yes. It's all right. Plex or Plox. I've already forgotten your name.
You're interesting. And she says,
I
don't
get
worry.
that.
It's fine. I'll leave you to your little soiree. Just know that I'm here. And she'll just, like, disappear.
Oh,
Oh, God. Handcuffs. Bishop, watch out. You could get pegged by a pixie.
we are on the opposite sides of the table, my man. I don't know if you're whispering loud enough for me to
You
hear.
could get pegged by a pixie.
I
Oh.
Wow. So this
If
this
you'll
Elise
excuse
in-
me.
Yeah, this Elise in red is wonderful. Oh,
And yeah, Sit's parents just kind of like everybody gets up from the table because it's the end of and they're like, we were gonna go to other and they're like that, and she kind of like looks over to you, Bishop, and she's like, do you and your friends and my daughter get into this kind of situation often? Is this a thing? Is this part of your? Is this what it's like adventuring with you all?
I'd never met a pixie before, but yes, unusual things have happened, but I've learned it's best to roll with it and just approach it with a positive can-do sort of attitude. But mostly, we're trying to find Gudrun Rockseeker.
And she's like, you keep bringing him up. Was he a good friend of yours?
He was my employer, and he disappeared.
I see.
And I
So-
do feel some responsibility to at least attempt to find him.
I see. You guys could have just said that, and then we wouldn't have thrown the party. You could have gone back to find your employer.
Well, that's fair, and
Nobody brought that up. I was just excited that my daughter killed a dragon. That's super exciting. That's dinner party worthy.
You know what? And I agree. And at this point, we're here. Let's enjoy the evening. Let's have a nice time. We're
Okay.
certainly not. Look at Bronson. We're not leaving tonight.
And she's like, yeah, no, I guess you're right. All right then. Sure. And like she's like, we might change up the course of tonight's festivities. Things have been a lot tonight, so we'll kind of play it by ear and we'll see what happens. And then like everybody can kind of start milling their way back kind of outside again. And you can see that like outside the servants have set up like a series of chairs and like seemingly unaware of everything that had gone on inside. And they're like and you can see that like one of the servants, I don't know, his name will be
Voldemort.
Yep. Sure.
All right.
Good old Voldy.
Good old Voldy has got his lute out. You know Voldy and his lute, so you're familiar. He played many a tune when you were younger. The Yuan-Ti servant that your family has, Voldy.
Loots out, toots out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wonderful.
I'm so sorry, LB. This has gone crazy for your family's dinner party here. That being said, we're going with a classic, and I'm just gonna presume that this was one of Soot's favorite games as a child, because it's one of the things I thought of that you could do at a dinner party, and that is good old-fashioned musical chairs.
Yay!
All right.
Oh, thank God. Oh.
Yeah, you guys and whatever the hell you were thinking. That
Not
being
me. I'm ready for musical chairs.
all right. So, chairs are set up. Everybody who wants to participate can, and we're going to make it's going to be a series of just straight up dexterity checks. Yeah.
Am I in position where I'm gonna?
You can attempt.
Soot's grandparents rushing to this.
You can.
Don't make me do this.
You don't have to. It's a voluntary game. You don't have to play.
Oh, I'm far too competitive for that.
All right, well then you have to play then, I guess. So
Yeah, well,
we're gonna have you. I think
my triplets are to the right. I am absolutely gonna shoulder check the shit out of them like bowling pins.
I like it. All right. So let's go
Bronson's
ahead.
playing just defense here.
Well, one of my party's gonna win this, and I'm gonna take everybody out to make sure it happens.
I'm the reason they banned Red Rover at grade school.
All right.
So it's gonna go over to Bishop and just be like, "Well, that got really weird. Good luck." And she's gonna pat him on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Thank you. But yes,
All right.
Go
Go ahead.
I'm also going to approach Bishop and just be like, I need you to get your head in the game. I have money riding on you. Damn
That's
it."
right. That's right.
I didn't do this. That
I
Bixie
don't
was
care. That's wonderful. You need to fucking focus. Wipe your nose. You're melting practically from all the peppers that you ate earlier.
Look, they were so spicy. And you know what? Soot said, "Hey, don't do spicy," and then they did anyway. I'm feeling like I'm being set up here. But look,
That
it's a
is-
game. I'm gonna do good. It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fine. Also, never bet on me ever again. This is a terrible decision.
Gable's just going to back away and do this.
All right. So who's? We know Bronson's playing defense, which I'm going to count as athletics checks to knock the triplets out of the way. For everybody else who wants to try to get into the chairs, it will be dexterity checks, and then we'll just kind of dwindle it down till it'll likely end up being whichever of you wants to end up fighting each other for this. So,
All right.
are you in as well, Gable? I assume.
I'll. Yeah.
All right.
If anything, similar to Bronson, my goal is to ensure Bishop's success.
I see. I see.
can.
I like it. Yeah, everybody here is playing just to trip other people and knock people out of the way. I like
Soot's
it.
gonna try. Soot's gonna try.
That's fine.
Sure.
All right, let's start everybody with dexterity checks or
I imagine
athletics.
Soot's hella good at.
Go ahead.
Gable, thank you for the bardic inspiration.
Son of a bitch! It rolled from a 20 to a 2.
Mm.
Okay. With guidance, that is a 24.
All right. And what about Soot
10.
and Gable and Bronson?
Come on, guys.
All right. So what I'm gonna say
We
is
want you
happens.
to win.
You guys are
Rolled a
trying.
2, so
You're
7.
trying really hard to help them out, and you just with so focused on blocking out other people, you just run into each other. Gable and Bronson into each other, and that's when the music stops, when you guys collide. So as that happens, Soot, Bishop, one of the triplets, and Dame Agatha make the chairs. And now we're just gonna cut it down to 5 so that I can do this easily for myself. And only have to roll 2d20s. So,
Grouping chair initiative.
Yes, exactly. Chair initiative. This is the chair action. The chair action goes first, and 20 every round. The chair action. Go ahead and make your dexterity rolls, please, as they're going to cut it down by another chair.
I hate the chair action.
The chair action works so well.
It does.
I would like to use my chair action to recline.
Oh, do you cast guidance on me again?
Sure.
Yeah.
The chair action
I'm
is just
eliminated,
the
correct? I don't need to make any more chair actions.
Correct. You are out. No chair actions for you.
And this is straight dexterity, not acrobatics.
Just straight dexterity.
All right. Then that is a 22.
Okay. Soot?
18.
All
I
right.
told you, Soot's a dead ringer on this game.
I've been playing it since I was like 2.
Dame Agatha, unfortunately, she doesn't make it.
I
So
bow
now-
gracefully towards her.
She dies.
Oh,
So
no.
now it is down to Soot, Bishop, and Donnie are left.
All right.
All right. Go ahead and make those
What are the
dexterity
cards?
checks.
15.
LB.
23.
All right. Well, as predicted,
Dude,
Donnie
ringer.
is out. It is down to Bishop versus Soot.
Do I know about this bet?
No.
I don't know if Sid was told.
I
No,
was
no.
about
Okay.
Like
No.
murmur, like whisper from the sidelines, like she can't hear me, but be like, take the dive, Soot.
Sid's like, good
Bishop,
luck. I'm
sweep
not
the
going to
leg.
guidance you on this one.
Oh. Hey, fair.
Somebody's ended up on somebody's lap.
Guidance
here.
yourself.
I could, but that's cheating.
You know that doesn't make any sense. Either
I
way.
know.
Welcome to the true romance.
All right.
Here we go.
Bishop, sweep the leg.
18 on the die for a 23.
That's a 4 from me.
It.
I get caught up on my fucking bustle.
All right, and Bishop, you clinch musical chairs, and you can see the halflings are kind of eyeing Gable and Bronson because it looks like with getting stuck on your bustle in something where you've been acing it all so far, it looks to them like you're throwing it, and they're they're looking at you two like, oh, so it's like this now, huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm celebrating. I'm jumping.
Yeah,
up
I
and
know,
down
I'm
with
sure,
Gable.
but you can. I'm gonna say Gable's probably a little more keenly aware of just this kind of a thing, so you can see the three of them kind of off in the crowd, like just like off to the side, kind of like whispering and like looking in your direction.
All I'm going to do in response is just count how many there are by pointing them out.
Okay.
And just like my response is like, oh yeah, she tripped
You
on her
could do
bustle.
better.
You have 3 of you
Yeah. All right. All right.
against 1 of him.
Good
Fair.
job, Bishop.
Hey, that was fun.
You won fair and
Yes.
square.
But yes, we played musical chairs a lot when I was
Yeah.
little.
With all your siblings.
Yes, absolutely. And
Mhm.
it took a lot longer actually because there were 9 of us.
Yeah.
And we fought. Wow, did we fight about it. This was very civilized.
I guess you could do that. I can't really
Oh.
wrestle in this dress, though. I am wearing a corset.
Yes, I did get these pants tailored by what's his face? Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
So flexible.
They're discussing their clothing situation before they wrestle. How adorable.
I'll get you on the next one, though.
I don't think so. I'm in now.
Hmm.
The peppers are finally settled down. I'm good to go.
All right.
Okay, all right.
His own IBS.
So you did win musical chairs. So you do, in fact, get a prize, as is the thing here for this. So I'm going to probably keep in a similar vein just because it's easy. So we'll give you, again, you're just collecting these lapel pins, right? This one looks like a chair.
Aw.
And if you press it, you get to use a chair action, and the chair action lets you get a +1 to a dexterity check or saving throw of your choice.
Nice.
before it fizzles and becomes non-magical.
I love it.
Yes, they are in fact like gym badges, LB. If you collect all 8, you can fight the Elite Four.
Gotta catch 'em all.
It's just Soot's parents.
It's just its parents, yeah.
And Dame Agatha as well.
Oh,
it
yeah.
It just turns
She's
out
the main boss.
that they've actually been saving all of your pets all of this time and training them, and then it's just a Pokemon battle. Then just send them all out to fight.
From devastation.
Yeah, right.
People within our nation.
Let's see.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
All right,
So that's James. I got. All right.
that's pretty good.
That's good. That
That's
was
pretty
good.
Yeah, that's right.
Squirtle.
And we are now just playing.
Squirtle.
There's a sweet. It's coming out on Kickstarter soon. There's another Pokemon knockoff for 5e coming out. There's so many of them. Okay. Anyway, you know what? Let's go with this next one. They're like, the general consensus is there's been a lot of events for this evening so far, and they decide, we're gonna go around, and Voldy's still out here playing his lute, and he's kind of transitioned to more ambient background music, and they're gonna go with this is gonna be a sort of a boasting storytelling style contest. Who can kind of tell the most captivating, mesmerizing story based on just a general consensus of the vibe of everybody here. So this will be a performance check, or if you're better at making up a lie of what kind of story that's happening, you could make this as a deception check.
I'm gonna pull my lute or my harp out of the bag of holding, and I'll say, Gable, your lute. And present it to him daintily.
Oh, and then Dame Agatha comes over and she says, "Ah, yes, the bard. I've been waiting for this."
Me too.
Gable snatches the lute out of Bishop's hand, and you just hear that like ting
Yep.
from
With
some
his
of the
cat
strings being
claws.
strummed. Yes. Yes. Of course. And he like pretends to know how to hold it.
Sure. You kind of look over at Voldy and kind of do like up, flip it around a little bit based on how he's holding it. You've got it now. You look convincing.
Right. I'm just gonna roll a deception.
Okay.
'cause-
So are you doing a performance or are you doing a story? I'm curious what you're attempting to do with this. Because are you?
It's going to be a performance piece where he just plucks one and then says something and then plucks another
it's like
one and then says something.
It's very
Yeah,
like
very
spoken word
modern,
with
Poetry.
like, some like bougie like single notes to accompany it.
Okay. So are we deceiving people that you know how to play? Or are we deceiving them with the story?
I am hoping to deceive people that I know how to play
Okay.
with the intent of not having to sing.
I see.
Like Bishop also mentioned
I see.
last
I see.
time we met.
Yep. I remember.
Jake.
I'm a troublemaker.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
I wish I were
Yes,
kidding.
let's go.
All
This
right.
guy can actually play the harp.
I don't know what
Turns out he's a prodigy the whole time.
I just start playing Master Exploder by Tenacious D.
Oh, no.
High score. Did I break it? What does that mean?
Sorry.
Yeah. So obviously you more than succeed at whatever you're attempting to do. However, describe to me, is this in fact just like, oh, I was a prodigy and I never knew it? Or are you just doing a spoken word thing? And what is the crux of what this performance is?
I think in order to put the bard thing at ease without singing, he's gonna do like a spoken word sort of like pseudo haunting story with a few like creepy notes and chords on the instrument to accompany it.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll get the spooky mood going a little bit,
Nice.
to kind of intrigue the guests at the party, and he'll like walk around and like weave in between
Ooh.
and through the crowd as he does. And like if anybody's not paying attention to the story, he'll like sneak up behind them and strum the thing really loud just to get a jump scare out of them or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, based on a scale of captivating and mesmerizing, you have well exceeded that. And I did some rolls for some of the other people attempting, one, their perception of it, and then two, also what they try to do. And like the halfling boys get up after your performance is over and they're like, hey, so it was this time we knew this guy and it was kind of this thing, but like I can't really tell you about the thing because like listen, so what they're just trying to explain it, but there's so many mob like loopholes that they can't tell that the story is basically just nothing because they're trying to tell. Yeah, it's basically like, well, anyway, we knew this guy. Or maybe he wasn't a guy, I can't really tell you, but he had this thing. Well, maybe he didn't have it, but he knew someone, and it's just like, no, everybody's like, boo, get out of here, because they're just trying to, like, maybe they have something truly impressive, but they'll never be able to tell you. So, everybody else attempts, nobody is even remotely close to as captivating as yours.
Are you sure you don't want me to tell a joke?
I'm sure, but if you want to...
You see, I can't resist. You see, there's a poor man. You see, and the poor man, he asks the rich man what he's going to get his wife for Christmas. And the rich man says, diamond earrings and a draft horse. And the poor man asks, why are you getting her 2 gifts? And the rich man says, well, if she doesn't like the earrings, she can ride to the store and exchange them. And the poor man nods, and the rich man asks him, what are you getting your wife this year? And the poor man thinks about it for a second, and then he exclaims, a pair of slippers and a dildo. The rich man asks, why those 2 things? And the poor man astutely looks back and responds, that way if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go
Dame Agatha's laughing. She thinks she was an adventurer and a town guard for a while. She's laughing. She thinks this is pretty funny. She also recognizes 100% not what you should be saying at a fancy dinner party. Doesn't mean it doesn't break that scowl that she's had all night as this happens, just because of the sheer, like, how out of place it is. It gets a chuckle out of a handful of people. I'm not going to have you roll for this, but there are definitely some more. The Meyerwood family as a whole, the old money people, are just mortified.
Aghast.
Yes, completely aghast. Soot or Bishop, are you interested in performing for this?
What, after what Gable did? I was like, oh, I'll just gently take the heart back afterwards. And I'm like, absolutely wonderful. I always believed in you. Really. And then I leaned over to Dame Agatha and I was like, see, he just needs just a little bit of coaxing because he's just so damn good. He's just modest.
And
best bard, hands down, I've ever met.
And she's like, yeah, well, like I said, it's... Bards have made such headway over the years. They went from a laughing stock of the adventuring world to one of the best supports for a party. And I'm glad your friend is realizing the power he has. I don't know about the rest of you, but I do feel bardically inspired by that number. So I think he did a wonderful job.
Oh, my heart is all a pitter-patter.
Soot, were you going to attempt something?
Yes,
Tell
Soot.
a joke.
I am going to recount a story from when I was on my own before I joined the group. And she is going to start telling a story about when she was walking through a dark wood and found herself at the home of an older woman who turned out to be a hag who wanted to cook her into a pie, but she tricked her and kicked her into the oven and ran away.
All right. I would like you to make me either a performance or a deception check based on whatever.
So 21 on a deception.
Ooh.
I genuinely love the idea that that's how Soot tells the story, and everyone's like, "Ooh."
She puts a little more flourish on it.
Sure. I mean, with the
I believe it.
21 as 21, yeah.
First time I stumbled into a house of an older woman. Gable.
I move away from Bronson.
I move closer to Bronson and try to, at this point, just try to encourage him to say more awful shit.
Should I tell my leprechaun joke?
Ooh, of course.
At this point, Soot's
You're not
Soot's parents will award Gable this little lapel pin that's shaped like a lute. And this is, again, I haven't given the other one names, but basically, yeah, this badge is similar in nature in that it gives advantage on the next charisma check that you make. Whenever you choose to utilize it. That being said, the halflings are very confused because you put all your money on Bishop to win everything, and then you showed him up in this contest. So they're very confused as to what your game is for him to take everything.
The Rizzler does what he wants.
I guess.
Maybe it's just to make a business connection. Maybe it wasn't about the money.
I don't. You get what he's saying? I don't know. All right, man. Whatever you say, we'll figure it out. I guess we'll true up at the end of this whole situation and figure out who owes what. And they just kind of whisper and walk off together, the three of them. Let's see. What other events do we have? All right. So you see two of the attendants that were working on the owlbear enclosure. They're like scarred up and like scratched, and they're like with like big like a leather, like a woodworking apron and like big leather like welding gloves. And they come over and they whisper something to your mom, Soot, and then they say. And she says, she kind of walks over to you and she says, so I had an idea and I'm not sure it's a good one, but I thought it would be fun. What if it would definitely be a test of one's daring, but also a test of one's ability to connect with animals, which I know is always important to you. What if we asked people to go into what we have so far of the enclosure and attempt to get Richard to do tricks? What do you think about that?
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was. He's technically yours, but if you're comfortable with that, I thought that would be a fun way to sort of kind of end things for this party, as he's sort of the part of the reason that you're here in the first place.
Yeah, as long as he's not uncomfortable, yeah.
I'm going to look to you to see if he's uncomfortable, because I'm not sure I could tell.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so, they are going to, first they're going to go, and it's going to be just like, this is just like, the next one is sort of like, almost like this is perfect. The halfling boys are going to help out with this next one. So they're going to, it is like a shell game. There's a couple of different things with like a 3-card Monty, and it's a memory based puzzle. Can you guess which one is under which cup, kind of a thing? Because I've decided that in the process of doing this, that I'm just going to do one for every ability score. So we've done charisma, we've done dexterity, we've done constitution. This will be the intelligence based one. So, and they're like, all right, who wants to get in on this? Totally legitimate business, as you know, as we do here. Amongst the three of us, we got all this going. We're going to move these around, figure out which one's got whatever the things are underneath. Did you lose everybody, Jake? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well.
Oh, yep.
All right, cool.
Welcome back.
Just reset for a second. Hi.
Welcome back, everybody.
It was just me and Ted for a hot second.
Yeah.
Now, I have a negative intelligence, but I'm really good, personally, at those hide the ball under the cup at sports events.
It's a shame you're not there then.
It's a shame that Bronson, who's drunk off his ass, is the one in charge of this and not Robert, unfortunately.
I would say Bronson's probably pretty good at it too, but you know.
Well, I feel like Bronson's at a point where he's probably should have disadvantage on just about everything from the amount of booze that he's had, but
I'll make that concentration saving throw.
All right. Go ahead and make that
saving throw. It's a 13.
Okay. All right. We're not in a
Yeah, I probably need some coffee, but yeah.
The espresso's coming out.
Yeah, that'll be part of the.
I think they rushed it a little, but
yeah, they're kind of
they rushed it a little.
All right. So, who wants to come up and take a shot at this memory game here?
Oh, I do for sure.
All right. Who else? No.
I'll try.
All right, and then is it you, Bronson? Are you trying?
Oh hell yeah, I'm up in the mix.
All right, then you watch as they each go up to a separate table, each one of them manning their own table for the three of you to try. And they kind of are just going about this. They've got 3 cups, and here's the thing. It's not which one has the ball under it. There are 3 different colored balls. So it's like a blue, green, and red. And they're going to mix them all up and kind of throw them underneath, and you got to tell which one has each one. So it's like red on the left, blue in the middle, green on the right, however that is. So a little bit of a change. So it's not just a watching. So I would like everybody to I will give you investigation checks for these as you are investigating which one of these, as they're pretty quick. They're a little group of dexterous boys as they're moving these all around. So let's get investigation checks from the 3 of you.
That's
if you
an
would.
18. Sorry, an 8.
An 8? Okay. Different scenario. All right.
9.
All right. And Bishop.
15.
All right. So Bronson and Soot, you both get none of them right. You just like, is that one? And
Was there a purple one?
I'm getting coffee.
And Bishop, you get 2, and then you realize, wait a minute, if I know where 2 of them are, then I have to know where the 3rd one is.
Process of elimination. I don't even need to track all 3.
So, which might have led to why you were able to succeed and become the winner of their memory game. And they're like, and you see like one of them come over and he slaps the other one on the back of the head. What?
Hey, be nice to Donnie. He's doing his best. It's just a game, guys.
And they're like, oh, they didn't. Did they not tell you what the... No?
Playing games at dinner?
Oh, this makes... Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
This was fun. I had a great time.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool setup. I'd love to learn how to, flip and flop them like that. That's great.
He says, yeah, that is what we call them. It's the old flip-flop.
Ah.
He goes, when we do this over in Waterdeep, we call it more of a flim-flam, but that's a different kind of a thing.
Ooh.
Anyway, so you will get a little, it is the little 3 cups on a little lapel pin there. Bishop, and this is in a similar nature, a advantage on the next intelligence check or saving throw you make. And then it becomes non-magical.
It's like field day. I love it.
Yeah, it is just like field day. All right, now I got to come up with a strength one because I didn't have that one planned. I just planned on the wisdom one. So, what's a good strength-based one we could do for a dinner party?
What's a good
It's got to give
challenge
Dame
for
Agatha
this
a
Okay.
handshake again.
Okay, we could do that. Arm wrestling for sure.
Arm wrestling.
Dame Agatha will helm the arm wrestling situation.
I pulled something. Oops, I can't compete.
Come on, Gable. Please.
The last time I played, I almost pulled something in my arm.
Well, it's a good thing we got healers.
Well, we got to keep those hands safe so we can keep playing the harp like that.
Bishop.
What? He doesn't want to do it. Hey,
But
when were you going to
peer
mention
pressure.
it? When were you going to... No, that's not how I don't like peer pressure. That's not fun in any direction. When were you going to tell us about the hag?
That was a lie.
Oh, really? That was a good
Yeah.
story. Okay, that was
Thank
great.
you.
Good job. I loved it. All right.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right.
It's very entertaining.
Arm wrestling then.
All right, so
Yeah.
sounds like you two are going up. Let's go with athletics checks. Well, we'll go one at a time. So we'll start with you.
Okay. It's gonna be great. Ooh. 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you're starting to really move her hand in the opposite direction. You're not sure if she's letting you do this or not. Go ahead and make your second check.
Okie dokie. $19.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A +1.
So
Damn.
let's see, where am I?
Alright.
So she starts to get it to let it go, and then you watch as she just kind of like you feel the put you reset you right back up to this top. Go ahead and make another athletics check.
Oh, come on. You got
She,
this.
she was so confident that she's like, oh no.
She
no,
let you
no.
get down about like 45, and then was just like, all right, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
15.
All right, and she starts to push you down. You're about halfway down. Go ahead and make me another athletics check.
Oh boy. Come on, come on, D&D Beyond. That's a long roll. Let's go. 18.
You push her back up. Your guys are back up. You're back up
Oh,
at the start here. All right, go ahead and make
so
another
getting
one.
hype. Just like, yes.
Oh, come on.
Veins are popping out of the
Mhm.
temple.
Ah.
Oh,
Everybody's
no.
hair starts
She-
floating up a little.
She's got you down to the point where you're like, you are almost down at the very bottom. This is your last chance to try to turn this around.
It's
Okay.
time to go over the
Even-
top.
Even further beyond.
Plus ultra. 13.
Yeah, she just bam slammed your hand down.
Ow. Oh, dang.
The beginning of You Say Run from My Hero Academia starts to play, and then it just immediately stops.
Stop.
And she's like,
Ooh,
I'm sorry, honey. I got a
I know.
reputation to uphold. All right,
it's
let's
okay.
see if your string bean friend here's got anything in him. Come on.
Ooh. All right, here we go. I'll lean in and I say, hey, I'm not very good at this, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
And she says, all right. She just...
This woman does not like me. He never will. I made a terrible first impression. That'll never recover. That's okay. 19 minus 1, 18.
You start pushing her the other way. You got her to about half.
Okay, hey, you just
What?
did this.
Oh,
Arm wrestling.
Okay.
wow. All right. What do you got?
3.
Total?
Yeah.
All right. She resets you back up to the top here.
Ooh, see, it's not as exciting when you let somebody get halfway there a second time.
All right. Go ahead and make your next roll.
17.
You're back way down to half. Got our back down halfway.
Oh, doing it twice. I see. I understand. We got this. We got this.
All right.
Arm wrestling or edge?
Hey, natural one.
She
So,
pushes you. She pushes you.
zero.
You're about halfway. She pushes you up to that, and she's got you down about half. You're about halfway down on that side.
You know, this is really not good for your elbow. There's no Tommy John surgery in the playroom.
Go ahead and make your next one.
6.
Yeah. She ends it.
Woo.
Darling.
Ah.
Oh.
Hey,
Skull
thank you.
crushing
That
finale.
was fun.
And she's like, "Yep." Anyway,
You did great, Bishop.
Hey,
Savage.
thanks. I held out so much longer than I thought I
You
would.
did.
You know what? I think I can beat you.
and she says, "Well, I'm sure you'll tell stories about this for years to come, if you do. I can't
I'm
wait to hear the
sure.
tale of Dame Agatha."
Oh, me too.
Hear me out.
All right, I'm listening.
The key to breaking someone's strength is to try to make them laugh when they're trying to do something. So
All
he's
right.
going to keep trying to tell jokes as he is in the thick of this arm wrestling competition with her.
Okay, all right. Do you want me to prompt you to actually make jokes, or would you like to make a check for jokes?
I would like to make a check for jokes.
Oh no,
That's
I got a
fair.
good one.
You got a good one. Yes, yes. You
All
guys
right.
have such a similar humor style between Bronson and Gabriel.
I will let you make. This will be some form of a charisma check.
Okay.
Performance, persuasion, something like that.
All right. You go with the Riddler then. Yeah,
Okay.
worked for you the last time.
For sure.
I'll
for
do
sure.
I'll do persuasion.
All right, go ahead.
16.
Okay. Now you can go ahead and make your athletics checks, and if I won't tell you, but she may or may not make these at disadvantage based on how your joke telling goes.
I rolled an 18, so that's a 16.
Nice.
She starts pushing you down. She's chuckling, but she's pushing you down. I am, in fact, rolling at disadvantage.
What's brown and sticky? A stick.
And she's like, "Oh, honey, you stick to singing." So she's got you as she's halfway down, but I made her next check. Go ahead.
Okay. Just straight up athletics.
Yep.
I rolled a 16, so that's a 14.
That's okay. You push her right back up. You guys are neck and neck. You're even. And she's like, "It was an okay joke. It wasn't that funny."
Yeah. At this point, like, he knows he's going to lose. She knows he's going to lose. And just to add flair, he's like putting his like whole weight behind the one arm just to make it look nice and ridiculous for everybody.
All right.
I didn't know cats could sweat.
One big bead.
This many.
She's got you right down at you're at that last like holdout. Can you summon the strength to try to push yourself back up from this?
He can't. I lean over to I say he can't. There's no way.
Let's see how you do.
Maybe if he digs his claws in.
She is rolling at disadvantage.
No, it's a 5.
She rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
So you managed to reset her back up to even. You're back at the start.
Wow.
Holy shit. He's like
You watch as like Frankie's toothpick falls out of his mouth as he's watching this happen. Like
Could you be able to see the vein in his forehead through the fur?
I think you're gonna have to do like a lesser restoration or something.
as
I'm
you're going
ready.
to make this check there, Gable, you hear like a slight little whisper in your ear. She said, You don't want help with this, do you?"
No. No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
God, Jesus.
That is 15.
You managed to start going down the other side.
Ugh.
Come on, baby. I wouldn't have guessed this in a million years.
I am so
fucking
impressed.
hell.
What'd you get?
6.
Another
No
one.
fucking way.
Wow.
Let's go.
It's a 19 on the other die, but she's making these all at disadvantage because of the jokes. So it's a 19 and a 1. So with a natural 1, the way these... I have kind of cooked up arm wrestling rules that I've made up in my head that I've been using for years. But natural 1 on these pushes you 2 stages past. So that is just... You were at halfway, so you're... And you push her down. I mean, it's two-handed. We've established that it's like a two-handed...
Yeah.
Definitely already cheating, but still.
But yeah, you manage to push her down, and you watch as Donnie's change just falls out of his pocket as he's watching.
Do you
this happen.
believe in miracles? Holy cow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Abel, do you want a glass of water? Are you okay?
I want all the water.
I
That's
lay
you.
on hands, your arm.
And she's
You,
just like,
hold the water out, and he like can't lift his arm. to
and she
grab
like
it.
smacks
Oh,
you
I
maybe
got
a
you.
little too hard on the back, and she's like, "Do you see? This is what I mean. Bards are making strides every day to just break those stereotypes. This
Cheers.
is what I'm talking about." And she'll raise a glass to you, Gable.
To Gable, the world's best bard.
Yeah.
I totally whisper under my breath. We took her ass to the candy shop.
If a pin is offered, he'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh, the only way I was able to win that was through comedy and cheating. I would very much appreciate if that could still be given to the good dame, as she is, without a doubt, the strongest one here."
All right, she will take the pin. It's a little just like, like muscle emoji. And that's again a strength advantage on the next strength check or saving throw one makes. So she's got that, and she'll kind of affix it. Say this one, they either have pins or magnets, and it just kind of like, ready for the armor. Yeah. All right. And then at this point, having gone through everything except for wisdom, your mother says, "Well, I have something of a little bit of an interesting thing planned for our final event for the night. It's not for those of the faint at heart, but it couldn't be more perfectly soot than this. And this is a party for her and her friends, given their epic adventure and their slaying of a dragon. And also, this is part of the reason what brought them here in the first place. So everyone follow me." And she'll kind of lead everybody over to kind of where you have this kind of like an outdoor, almost like horse kind of stable that they've started to build like an indoor kind of enclosure for. And you'll see kind of just like kind of rolling around in the dirt is Richard the owl bear cub. And she says, "Our attendants," and you can see like the waving of with ice kind of like tending to their like scratches off to the side and then they're like, have built this lovely little enclosure for our new family member. She kind of like looks to Soot, Richard, and we thought it would be fun for those who are willing to attempt to climb into the ring, as it were, with Richard and see if anyone's able to convince Richard to perhaps do some sort of tricks. We're going to hire someone to train him, but let's see who's got that natural talent with animals, and we'll see who's capable of that. And the way I'm going to have this work mechanically is it is an animal handling check. It is a increasing scale, and it is the more kind of like, call it like intricate like trick, right? So like low level, it'd be like sit, and if it passes, he sits. If it's higher level, it might be like a fetch kind of a thing or a rollover. And then maybe like the highest one that I've got here would be like almost like a up on the hind legs and maybe like a speak kind of hoot on command. So, who's brave enough to enter in Mind you, he is still a cub, but that doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. So, you all know what you got into when you came here. Consider entering into this at your own risk.
I am stewing. I am. Bronson is so pissed off that he thought he was bringing Richard over here to live a life of grazing in the pasture, to only find out that Richard is being treated like he's back in the circus again.
Again.
I'll
He
do
never
it.
ended up in the
Was in the
circus.
He
He's
only
just having to do-
almost ended.
He only almost ended up in the
He's just
circus.
having to do tricks. Damn it!
Well, he's gonna have to learn eventually.
Bronson, you taught him how to sit.
That's not a trick.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's the first one.
Hold on. Let's digest this real quick. You believe that sitting isn't a trick?
No.
That prior to you teaching him, he just stood all day long? Point being, and I got confused myself. I'm a little exhausted from wrestling the dame. My point being, he's going to be happy here,
Mhm.
and that is the goal.
He's
Make
gonna
sure
want
he's
for
happy.
not.
You better not
And-
teach him to dance.
If sitting
No.
wasn't a trick, then how come I got a pin for musical chairs?
That's what I'm saying.
That
You
is the
guys-
death blow to your argument.
Inspiration, Jake. Inspiration
Yes.
for that for sure.
I'll take it.
I was gonna say it.
Robert, can I get you to roll a percentile? Chat has gifted you a trinket.
Can I bring in beef jerky?
Here, I found this on the way here. Maybe
On the
it'll
s-
cheer you up.
On the sly, or
Nobody said it was against the rules.
that's
But yes, on
all
the
right.
sly. Start sneaky and then act innocent.
we see what Robert gets, and then we'll go from there.
92.
92. All right.
Big numbers.
Let's see. All right. Okay, you had I'm gonna just, you know what, she's just gonna be my trinket deliverer when it makes the most sense. You'll hear that little whisper in your ear as Flix will be like, "Hey, sorry everything's bugging you out, big guy. Here, maybe this will help." And she hands you, it's as big as her. It's
so creepy.
It's like she'll appear and hand you, it's a crystal flower, right? A crystal flower that smells like the favorite flower of whoever is smelling it.
Oh.
Oh, that's beautiful. Bronson's heart grew 3 sizes.
And she like pats you on your shoulder. It's like,
Just like Sarte's white roses.
and then she'll just kind of, in their little like rainbow sparkle, like gone back into invisibility.
What the hell?
I'll go. If
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
allowed.
Yeah, go ahead. You can hop in. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check if you would.
Sure. Soot goes into she pretends that there's a pocket in this dress
Yep.
and like pulls out something in her hand and she's like, "Okay, sit." And I rolled an 11.
All right, you do successfully get Richard to sit.
Yay! And then I rubbed the top of his head.
What I will tell you, because this is more fun to me, is the lowest that anybody wants to get is a 10. Because if we roll sub 10 on our animal handling check, then interesting things will happen, and that's interesting for me, not necessarily for the party guests.
Mm-hmm.
So that is you have gained we'll call it essentially a point. That is the lowest tier, is the getting him to sit. So
Okay.
Bishop, are you attempting to do this or
I
no?
would.
All
yes,
right.
with my beef jerky.
With your beef jerky, I'll give you advantage for beef jerky.
Ooh.
He also likes
About
beef jerky.
pocket
We've
meat.
we've established that he likes dragon jerky, but I think he can slum it for beef jerky. So,
Hey, Richard, I know we don't always get along, but I need you to sit for me, and I like palm the beef jerky toward him.
all right, go ahead.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you manage. He comes over and he sits, and then he rolls over for you.
Oh,
And
who's
everybody-
a good boy?
Oh,
Oh, he's a good boy. And I rub him, and I get to do like the 2-hand rub and slide him the beef jerky, and I'm like, oh, he's a good owl bear.
Yeah. Nobody seems to notice the sleight of hand as you pass off the beef jerky to Richard.
Hmm.
He's
All
good
right.
with the meat.
All right. Anybody else? Gable, I see some possible. I mean, you did almost sell him, so I feel like you're probably not as ingratiated to him, but it's
You
up to you.
know, everyone keeps bringing that up. I didn't almost sell him. I sold him. And
It's
then
true, you
bought
did. You did sell him. That is very true.
And then bought him back for 0 gold.
Yes, I bought him back on a good word.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If that's it, I will have, in a very Draco Malfoy situation, watching the two of you go inside with no problems. Donnie's gonna be like, "That thing ain't even really scary or nothing. I got this. Hey, you! Why don't you sit down or something?" And he yells at the owlbear, and he's gonna make an animal handling check.
You, why'd you go fuck yourself?
Donnie, careful.
Oh, Donnie, that is a 2, my friend.
Oh, Donnie.
And then
That's how
like.
you lose a hand.
Yeah, so Richard, obviously Donnie, in a almost like in a very similar parallel to a Buckbeak scenario, is like not happy with Donnie's general mentality. It's the change in his pocket that he just can't stop shaking around. Really seems to like pennies in a coffee can is really just not doing it for Richard. So Richard clearly is getting upset. You see him kind of rear up onto his back legs and walk forward towards Donnie.
Can I intervene?
How so?
I want to scare him. I don't want Donnie to get bit.
Okay.
And I also don't have a ton of stuff that could. So Soot is going to produce flames into her hand, and like kind of scare him back.
Okay. You do that, and he does recoil at the fire, but then breaks through the fence barricade.
Oh, no.
And starts running like in through like the cocktail hour and is like terrified and like wrecking shit in the garden.
I told you this bullshit. I will run after Richard.
I will run after Richard.
All right, should I bust out the chase mechanics from the Dungeon Master Guide?
Sure.
All right.
No. Hey, everyone. The owlbear coming in.
His big old butt.
Just, I
He
feel
runs so silently.
he is. Yeah, it is a very quiet run. I think.
Them thick pads, yo.
I think.
I knew we should have got him a bell.
Huge cowbell.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Oh, it's. Oh, I can't not lead to the chaos of him like running and like kind of eyes real wide, owl eyes real wide, looking, trying to figure out where to go, and like servants are bringing out like food for just like after dinner, like late night kind of dessert,
Yeah.
and he smells
Really
it, so
nice.
he takes off running into the house.
Ooh,
Knocks over the servant, and then the owlbear skitters on the polished floor into the house.
I try to catch the tray and in a 90s fashion, catch some of the desserts on it.
Oh, okay, Spider-Man style.
All right, Toby.
Spider-Man style.
All right, give me
Shit.
a sleight of hand or acrobatics check right now.
Starting his Dunstan's checks in.
100%.
All right. Well,
Wow.
hey, this is my best skill. That's a 20.
All right, yeah, you managed to very much like Tobey Maguire, which again, as a point for everybody, people always do the kind of things when we're talking about Lord of the Rings, right? No wire works there. It took so many takes, but he caught all those things on that tray for real life.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. Okay, so then I dip the servant, catch all the stuff, and I look down and wink, and then stand back up and keep
I
running.
throw a hip check.
At me?
Yeah, 100%. We're racing for this owlbear.
All right.
God.
I am in to the section of the Dungeon Master's Guide where we have begun a chase.
Okay.
This is in chapter something of the Dungeon Master's Guide. I don't know because we're on D&D.
Points of exhaustion.
Oh no.
All right, so we've got.
Died.
I will also join this.
All right, I'm gonna flip my sheet of paper over. We're gonna track the distances.
Join as well.
Participants in the chase are strongly motivated to use the dash action every round. Pursuers who stop to cast spells and make attacks must run the risk of losing their quarry, and a quarry that does so themselves is likely to be caught. During the chase, a participant can freely use the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus their Constitution modifier. Each additional dash action it takes beyond that, as Robert mentioned, will get you a Constitution check or a risk of exhaustion. If you drop out immediately if you reach 5 levels of exhaustion because your speed becomes 0, and if you were somehow to try to get one more, you would die. Let's see. A chase participant can make attacks and spells at other people within range if you would like to. And yeah, let's see. A chase ends when one or the other side stops, when the quarry escapes, or when the pursuer are close enough to their quarry to catch it. If either side, we're not going to give up chase. And we have some factors here for complications and things. So, why don't we go ahead and let's get, just for the purposes of tracking how we're doing this, why don't we just get everybody to roll initiative just so we can see what order we'll manage the checks in as people are running out here.
Natural 20, 25.
All right, damn. Bishop. All right.
23.
Let's go 23. Brownson.
I feel as if I should be able to use my strength for
Initiative?
athletics.
I got a rock. I got a 4.
Okay.
7.
All right. Well, Bishop was already at the door saving the server with all of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man catch things. So that you can hear the crashing. Oh no, the Spider-Man 3's coming out.
Oh, no.
Oh,
All right, let's see.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought he should have just dated the neighbor girl, but that was me.
So, you can hear the crashing about in the house. I would like you to tell me what you're going to do, what your plan is on your turn as you chase down.
Sure. First thing I do is say, Flix, can you help?
And
You got something?
she appears kind of next to you and she goes, well, this seems like more fun if I don't, though.
Hey, that's fair. I'll give her a tiny little high five.
All right.
But, like, seriously, if something weird happens, it would be cool.
Ooh, like wild magic. Yep, got it. Totally understand. Gotcha. Don't worry. We've got it. Wild magic incoming. I'm so sorry, LB. I'm so sorry.
You're never being invited back here again.
To that point, your thought was, I know what'll calm down the wild animal. Fire. So, I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And
It was a distraction tactic.
I'm going to dash after.
Richard over here going, fire bad.
I dash 60 feet toward Richard.
All right, you are in a very 90s Dunstan checked in sort of scenario. You can see you're running and there are like servants like, oh, and there's like tables in the way. You gotta like jump over the table and get her through the door as you see Richard kind of running off, taking up the stairs. There's a lot of house here.
Yeah.
I imagine you run past that 1990s staged beach shot where everybody's wearing khakis and a white shirt and it's painted.
There's an oil painter who's like doing it for him, making it look nice.
Destin, 1993.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Excuse me, here we go. Oh, sorry. Oop,
All right, you're on the tail of Richard. Gable, we'll move to you.
How far away is Richard at this point from me?
I mean, you're outside, he's inside. You do have the ability as a rogue. You do have that double dash situation, so you can Mario Kart right up into this.
Oh,
Here's the
damn.
thing too. I am also a tabaxi.
Ooh,
So
that is true.
Basically, Gable like finish a drink, place it on like a nearby servant's tray, and then fucking bolt. He's gonna do like feline agility and bonus action and main action dash to just like take off like the Flash.
Holy cow.
All right. You run in, you zip past a lot of people and head into the room as you're running towards kind of chasing after Richard. It's clearly bursting through the kitchen on your way here. We'll go to you, Bronson.
Let's go. I will continue dashing, and I do really good as long as I'm running downhill.
Yeah.
What check do you want me to make?
No, you don't have to make any check. You're still free. It's the dashes are free. It's 3 plus your con mod. Everybody can dash without any complications. So it's just you're just chasing after him at this point, right? We're just going through the order, no issues. If that's all you're doing is just chasing him. If you want to, if there's like a spell or something you wanted to cast to like help, you can do that. But you're doing that instead of dashing.
Yeah, I wish I could say I was cool and actually had something for this, but I don't.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just running.
And Soot rounding out the rear here.
Soot goes, oh, and then she's going to wild shape into a panther.
Ooh, okay.
And take chase. It's a 50-foot movement speed.
All right, you transform and you are running. All right, you are en route after this. Now, we get to the top of the round, and Bishop. Gable, you're almost up to where you can see Bishop kind of rounding a corner to head up the stairs as Richard is running. And you watch as Flix appears and goes, like you said, wild magic. And she turns Bishop into a potted plant until the start of his next turn. And she said, he asked for it.
Listen, he asked for a lot of things.
Look like a baked bean.
All right, Gable, it's your turn.
I would like to combine my bonus action dash with an animal handling. Since
Okay.
I'm dashing through the kitchen, I want to see if I can't grab like a piece of meat, maybe a piece of the boar if there's any like scraps left over.
Okay.
And see if I can entice like, Richard, right over here.
All right. While that's happening, you guys, Bronson, you're running. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to sacrifice one of these dashes to grab something to bring it with you to try to get his attention.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't have to because I got good berries, baby.
Well, you're good. Sorry, I said Bronson. I meant to say Gable. That's your part of you've got that. So you're continuing, and
Wait.
in a
Can we
weird.
keep talking about rules because Jake is playing the part.
Silly.
I know.
Gets to the bit.
I do want to say also in a when you're running and doing your kind of feline agility situation, you don't feel as fast as you know you have been in the past, if that makes sense. Things will click for Cujo, but Gable is a little confused.
No, they've clicked. Clicked.
Yeah, just as a point. So
yeah.
You grab this and you call off as you see him like turn and he like barrels through a door, and you reckon this is like one of like their parents' sitting room that they were in when you first came in, like barrels into there.
Gotcha.
And you can kind of hear like you're just definitely just like any kind of old school like movie or video games. There's lots of like random servants that happen to be there to be like, oh, so they can throw up like towels or whatever they're carrying around.
Wow.
And here comes like, oh no. We'll get to that. That'll be a complication for next round. Bronson, you continue and you can see I'm gonna say you see the pixie disappear, and there's like a potted plant just randomly on the stairs as you come barreling through the kitchen.
Looking like a baked bean.
You've got your good bears, and you can see Gable on the stairs heading towards the sitting room. The sitting room. That was the nursery.
I am going to continue running.
Yeah.
And I am going to reaction sanctuary.
Okay. On who?
On Gable.
Okay. Interesting.
Well,
all
actually, on the owlbear for in protection of Gable.
Okay. Okay. I see where you're going with this. All right. So you are Panther running. I would like you to make me a percentile roll if you could.
A percentile roll.
We'll see what the Panther finds as you're running through your childhood home as a
I'm not
trinket.
gonna pick it up right now.
Well, who knows? You
99.
Oh boy. Oh, you already had this one.
Oh.
Which is funny. Yeah, that was Your Blood Tastes Like Maple Syrup, Diabetic Vampires Beware.
Oh, that's right. 57.
Okay. Go ahead, Robert.
For anybody that tries to touch Richard, you have to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
So fucking.
Okay. Remind me if you have this one, because I feel like you've gotten a few. Did you have the nail file that paints your nails as you file?
I don't think so.
Well, that is a nail file that paints your nails as you file. What the color the file applies changes daily.
That's bougie.
But
baby.
once applied, it will remain for 1 week.
Dope.
All right. That is
100 feet of movement.
all right. 100 feet of movement. You are in there. You're at the top. You run. You dash. Jump over the potted plant and round the corner to where Gable is. It is the start of the round. Bishop, you are back from being a potted plant.
Don't think that that's going to be helpful, but I mean...
Now you see everybody is in front of you.
Oh shit! I meant like flying or something. I take off running again.
Yeah,
Bravo!
yeah.
Bravo!
Jake, go ahead and make me a percentile roll as well, Jake.
Give that man advantage.
Yeah.
Give that man advantage.
Advantage on. I'm so far behind now. 29.
29. Okay, you're all of these great trinkets that you're finding. Like somebody's like, are we ready for for the games and all of these like cards and like, jacks and all sorts of random things that could possibly be used for games go flying. Somehow landing in your backpack is a deck of cards. And it is a deck of blue cards that turn bright red if the holder is cheating.
Ooh.
Wow.
Got a lot of good stuff.
I know. I feel like I'm turning it into like I've got like a little artificer stuff going on. If I was smarter, but I'm not. Okay, cool.
Now you're like Mel Gibson and Maverick now.
Okay. Hell yeah.
You are able to. I'm going to give you a little bit of a surge of speed from your being stuck in lethargy as a potted plant. We're going to give you basically the effects of haste for this turn as a reverse haste scenario for your commitment to the bit.
Thank you.
Double speed. You come running through. You see Richard kind of barreling out of the he's barreling out of the sitting room where you came in, and you run back in. So you guys are coming into the room and then back out into a hallway. And as you're coming out, all of a sudden, Richard knocks over this person who's just like, oh, Lady Soot, I was just polishing all of these stone marbles of yours. Oh, no! And they spill out onto the floor, and there's just marbles everywhere. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as you start slipping on the marbles.
Oh,
Lady Soot, we've been bringing this large pane of glass to your room.
Lady Soot, we also have this motor oil over here. Oh, hell yeah. A 26.
All right, you are able to just dive over the marbles as we move to Gable.
Yeah. That's my diving sound.
Gable's a little thrown.
Uh-huh.
but he's just gonna table it for the moment. To try and
Would you like to use a chair action for that?
Switching to recline.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry.
Inspiration.
Thanks, Jake.
Yes.
Well, Johnny Ringo, it looks like somebody just walked over your grave.
Is Bronson within sight?
Yeah, we kind of
You
said.
can't miss me.
Yeah, he's hard to miss.
He is going to chase up, like right up behind Bronson.
So you're gonna
and just
circle
say-
around, okay?
Yeah.
Round the
Basically,
outside.
he's going to approach Bronson and be like, "You realize you're ruining Soot's home by allowing Richard to run wild, yes?"
You talk like when you're running like.
Oh, fuck
Get out of my way!
it. Well,
You
I
look like one of
tried.
those people that likes to talk when you're running a 5K.
I just want to know how your day is going.
Watch out for marbles.
Yeah, and Gable, if you're circling back around, we'll put you back kind of where you're at as you're talking to him. Keeping pace, though, Bronson, it is your turn.
Gable is circled back here.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hold person.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
This is
why.
my home. This is my home and a party for me.
Mhm.
Is it anymore though? It feels like it's not.
You tried to burn Richard.
Holy shit! This is so bad. Somebody needs to knock him off.
This will be what breaks the
No,
party.
I don't
is
do
this-
anything. I run. We're just trying to get Richard.
Make me a
The grease pig run.
make me a dexterity saving throw as you come out and see the marbles.
Oh, the marbles. Oh God, yeah, I'm done for. No, but I don't have like shield mastery where I can just like throw this down and surf him Michael
that-
J. Fox style.
Well, that would be sweet and it would be fitting, but we're not there yet.
We're so not there yet. I'm gonna do it. And
Okay.
it's like
We'll
here
let
it
the,
goes.
let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like what you think, it's a 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's exactly. All right, throw the
So
shield
you
down.
Throw the shield down, and I'm gonna say like you go to like slide on it, but you step on the far end of it, and it just kind of tilts up, and you just whack.
Oh, kickflip, just take me out. Just full blowout, dude. I'm F-Zero, dude.
So fucking
Panther Soot, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you as the marbles have appeared on the floor?
I'm gonna use my climb speed to bounce off the wall.
All right, I will give you advantage on your
Parkour,
dexterity
parkour.
check.
Nice,
Parkour,
nice.
parkour. 21.
Oh yeah, just bound, boom, boom, like over top of Bronson, off the wall, past the
I
marbles.
jump on Bronson.
All right, springboard off of Bronson.
Springboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're pretty close to Richard now. You've kind of taken over where Bishop was, but it's gonna go back to the top of the round, and then the Bishop, you're there. You tumble and roll up as you're kicking out after Richard, and she goes, "All right, let's try it again."
No.
Oh, she says, "Oh, too late. You said so."
I regret everything.
That's often how these things go. Wild magic. And you become invisible
Oh, okay.
for the next minute, and during that time, other creatures can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
It ends if you attack or cast a spell.
Cool. Great. I guess I just run invisibly. I'm like, well, how is this helping me?
Nobody can hear you, but you all watch as again Bishop just disappears out of existence.
Where the hell did he go?
I just don't understand what the thought is.
Gable.
With Bronson down for the count,
Uh-huh.
he is going to pounce
Uh-huh.
and just say, if you have anything on that owlbear, now would be the time to let it down.
What do you mean? I never even got up to him.
Bronson.
What?
Someone else's home. Manners.
I'm looking here. Yeah, it's I was thinking it was concentration, but it's not concentration.
No, it's not.
God damn it.
Yeah, so I don't know what you want from me.
Just stop it.
I'm gonna say this conversation is the whole round of the chase.
Yeah.
And it go that I'm gonna jump down to you, Soot, as you're able.
I can't drop it.
You are able, Soot. You're able to with your Panther dash catch up to. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. As predicted, the two gentlemen are bringing just this mirror for ladies, Mr. and Mrs. Feldspar. As the mirror comes out into the hallway, and it's like it. You watch as Richard is trying to backpedal because he sees another version of himself in the mirror, and he's
so good.
What trying to stop, and I'm gonna make. You know what? It's your house, LB. I will let you make a roll to see whether or not he's able to stop. But in true 1990s fashion, does he crash through it, or does he stop at the last second? Ooh, I feel like
just as deep touches it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with it'll be a D20 roll, and
Owlbear sees his shadow.
I'm gonna say we'll go with a 50-50. So I'll let you pick. You want lower, you want high, and you've got 11 through 20.
I already rolled it. I can't.
All right, roll again. Do it again.
Okay.
Lower, high, 1 through 10,
high.
11 through 20. All right.
High.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Oh no! What did you roll before?
A 7.
Okay, so regardless, it was you chose your own fate on this one.
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay, all right. He's blowing that inspiration. Go ahead and roll it again.
Why not?
Okay. You pick low or high.
No. Always roll.
Low. A 9.
All right, that's just enough. And you watch as he catches. You hear the claws click clack click clack click clack as he's backpedaling, and then just touches to it, and they're like, and then they see a panther bounding down the hallway, and they're like,
no.
You have caught up to him. What's your move? What are you gonna
do? Okay, I am going to. Okay, we're both animals, so.
Are you gonna try to grab?
Shaped in front of your family before?
Wild shaped?
Yeah.
Probably. Into something small like a squirrel.
Not like a panther in the middle of a dinner party.
Yeah. I think she's going to. I can either scruff him in my mouth or try and
I'll let you grab. You can attempt to grapple him if you want. I mean,
okay.
Cats
make that wisdom save.
Yeah, make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Is it my wisdom or the Panthers? I forget.
It's yours because you're wild shaped.
Oh, okay. That's a natural 20, baby.
All right, you break. You see the white sort of magic of Shantae there, and you just kind of bat it away like a cat, and then you're able to go ahead and make an athletics check to grapple.
That's an 18 on the dice.
All right, Richard rolled an 8 on his die, so you are able to grapple him, whether that's scruffing or with and then you are able.
She picks up, so it's like a cat carrying a kitten, and it's just carrying you outside.
All right, and you walk right by. The chase has completed. Quarry acquired. Bishop, you she walks right by you, trots right by you, invisibly. You know that it's only if you cast a spell or take an attack ends this. Otherwise, you're invisible for a minute.
Hey, I can smell him. I have keen sense.
Go
She's
ahead
like-
and make me a perception. Yeah, you know what? You just smell him. You just smell him.
God, I'm getting images of those jaguars hauling those antelope up the tree.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
gonna
Oh.
she's gonna carry him outside, still scruffed, and he's like,
You guys
all
walk. You
rolled
walk
up.
past, Gable and Bronson getting up off the ground or standing up and having their discussion. As you watch as this panther just kind of proudly trots outside with the owlbear and it scruffed in her mouth.
I'm gonna take him back to the spot which
Yeah.
he was holding cell.
Yeah.
And she's
And
gonna
at that point, I just really didn't think. Oh, look, I'm back.
And she said, and you hear just in your ear, that was fun. We should do that again sometime.
Maybe not.
Or maybe we will.
Ugh.
Okay.
So many women in Bishop's life.
I heard that
Complicated
tone.
women.
You bring him.
Soot puts-
Yep.
Yeah, she puts him down and then she like kind of pins him like a mama cat does and starts cleaning him
Oh.
to calm him down.
Sure, and it has the desired effect. It does calm him down. And you watch as the part like people are like, what is even happening? Like it's a wild situation.
And the pin goes to Soot.
Yeah.
Soot transforms back because it does not last that long, and she's got him in her arms, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I just shouldn't have used fire."
And yeah. So you get the wisdom pin.
I don't feel like I deserve it.
I mean, if you want to be technically, Bishop actually won it because he actually did the best.
He did.
So yeah, they're gonna give it to you. They're like, well, that's very sweet of you, but technically you won. So here you go.
Oh.
And it's a little picture. They have a pin guy on the
payroll.
the halfling guys know a guy who does pins. So it's a little
Efren.
it's a little owl bear pin.
Oh.
Looks just like Richard. And that's
Aw.
the wisdom trinket for wisdom saving throw or wisdom check advantage on the next one, and then it fizzles out.
Had a family of owlbear ranchers back in the 1900s.
So, they're able to rebuild, like a version of the enclosure. And, your parents are like, well, this was a lovely, eventful evening. So just remind me, who won the most of all of these?
I got 3.
All right, 3 out of 6 isn't bad. That's half there. So they're like, well, I guess for the overall evening, we'll give this one to our new friend Bishop, and everybody, yeah.
Thank
Ooh.
you.
And Dame Agatha's just like,
Hey.
Like the true anime protagonist Bishop is.
and you
Put
watch
your mind to it.
as Greta comes over to you, and she's like, oh, is this what your parents' parties are always like? Because I'm never going to miss another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've only been to, this is the first one.
I'm glad you had a
Wow.
good time.
Well, I definitely had a time, I'll tell you that much. I've never had anything. I thought once I got out of the mines and was doing this whole higher society thing, it'd be all frou-frou dinner parties and, let's have some afternoon tea. I didn't know we'd be having owlbear chases and I can't even remember everything that happened tonight, but it's been wild.
This is better than the escape rooms in Luskin.
Indeed.
How did you guys plan to have Richard run through the house with all those obstacles? That was, incredible.
And you watch as your dad is just like, and your mom's just like, yes, all according to plan. Well done, everyone. Huh. Well, that's it for this evening. Anyway, and they'll come reach out and get a, they'll be like, well, I hope it fits. We didn't know who was going to win, but we thought it'd be, because of such a special occasion, they bring out like a gold, like it's a little like crown, like a little kind of commemorative crown, and you can see that it has a couple of three circular rubies in it,
Okay.
and there are sockets for all of the pins.
Oh.
So you can put in your 3 pins that you won in the crown.
Nice.
Hardcore Rough Riders anthem is definitely playing now.
And they're like, congratulations again, Bishop. We hope you've all had a wonderful evening. Good night. And then everybody kind of starts to filter away. And then the halfling boys come right over to you, Gable. And they're like, all right, so your boy didn't take every single one of the events like you said. However, he did take the majority. So what do we call it? Has, and everybody walks away.
Works for me. As long as there's a possibility of doing business in the future.
And then he says, oh, believe me, someone like all of yous guys getting into all this kind of trouble, I know a good business venture / series of troublemakers when I sees them, and I know that there's going to be, I'm going to be honest with you, as one businessman to another, y'all are going to get up into some shit, and you're going to be in trouble, and you're going to need an out, and I will be there to collect on that when you need it, and we'll talk about what goes on in the future. And he gives you like a black, it is a all black like business card with just the gaudiest gold writing on it that says like Bramblewood Brothers. And he just hands you the card and he goes, you need us? Well, you hold on to this and you think about it real hard and we'll come find you.
I like the style. Pleasure doing business with you, Bramblewoods.
And they will give you your, was it 100 gold, right? Was the buy-in? Or was it 200 gold?
I think the total bet was 200.
So they'll give you 100.
I'll take it. Okay.
And you watch as like you guys kind of, as everybody leaves, you can hear the sound of brooms. It's just various servants are sweeping and cleaning up the mess. And your mother comes over to you and says, well, that was quite the event.
I'm sorry.
And she says, it's fine. I mean, we brought an owlbear into our home. And, it's just, honestly, out of everything, it looks like you and your friends are at least able to take care of yourselves in all manner of scenarios. So I feel like you're at least with a group that knows, well, I don't want to say they know what they're doing, but they're good at knowing what they can. You understand your shortcomings, and I think that's what's most important. They might not know what they're doing, but they know how to not do it together.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Well, I guess we should get to sleep and get you rations and things packed for the road for when you leave in the morning.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like while you're home?
No, I think I'm gonna drop off some of my stones that I've collected, but no, I'm okay, thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we'll manage.
All right. Well, we're here all night if you want to talk or anything else.
Of course. Thanks, Mom.
And then they'll kind of leave you all to your own.
All right. I'll walk up to Soot and say, wow, that was incredible. I'll put like both hands on my shoulder. I won, so I'm all elated. I was like, that was the most fun I've had in years. I mean, seriously, I didn't know how much I needed this until we got started, and it was great. And then I turned to Gable and I'm like, Gable, that was unreal. I thought it was a joke, the harp, but like, Wow, man. That was incredible. Bronson, a little too drunk, but I love your energy. Right? Heart always in the right place.
And she's like, and
That
I'm
was-
also here. And she
Hey.
appears.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. You guys are fun. I'm going to have fun hanging out here. I can just tell.
Mm-hmm. Woo!
Yeah, and Richard's also there.
Well, it's quite an impressive venture, Bishop. To be perfectly honest, the whole point of making that deal was mainly to make a business connection. But hey, we came away with a little bit of money, so thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome.
And Soot, if your family needs help with cleaning up, I don't think I'll be sleeping too well tonight, so I can chip in if needed.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna help too.
Bronson.
Bronson's dancing alone in the middle of the dance floor.
Just getting it. Hey, you want to go wake up Sinneth?
It's gonna take like an hour to walk over there.
Oh shit! Never mind. Okay. Hey, I'll have. Hey, excuse me. I will have that glass of port. Yes, yes.
All right.
I don't need it. I don't need it in the to-go cup anymore. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Congratulations, Bishop.
Hey, thanks. This was wonderful.
All right. I mean, I don't even know how to come away from that. That was. I didn't know where this was going to go. If I'm being honest with you guys, did not think it was going to go this way.
Why? Why would you think it would have gone any other way?
I
He's
didn't.
everything but Grease Richard.
I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get like there was a chance that somebody was gonna screw up and make Richard go crazy. But I didn't think I was gonna send him into the house, and then I'm glad that I did because I got to relive all of the best movies from the 90s, and that
Yes.
made me feel great.
I was getting Sandlot vibes.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so. Yeah, well, you know, throw a dart at a 90s movie and that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Blank check, Dunson checks
I'm
in.
asking for a stranger. So who'd you consider the Windy Pfeffercorn of your neighborhood?
I don't know what that means.
Shit. I'll take that other glass of port, please.
Bishop, can you make sure he gets to bed okay?
Gable, can you make sure he gets to bed okay?
You expect me,
I'm very
Errant
tired.
Bronson?
You said you were
Oh.
planning on sleeping.
You are so tired for all of the work you did today.
Oh, yes, you're
Oh,
right.
look who's being a big pussycat.
Is he talking to you or me?
The Gable's pupils turn to teeny little slivers as he looks at Bronson like, you know what? I've rethought my stance. And he's going to like extend his claws and like drape them on the back of his neck and be like, time for bed, darling.
Don't squeeze me so tight, I'll explode.
Just dancing his way up the stairs.
Come on, one foot in front of the other.
California knows how to party. California knows
I
how
lean
to
over to-
party.
So I say they really do have good chemistry.
They do. It's like enemies to lovers almost.
Yeah. No, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think at this point, you know what? I don't even know if I want to just fast forward us to the morning because who knows what nonsense is going to happen tonight. But I do think we're going to have to bring this to a close. And maybe, just maybe, I'll crack the spine of Phandelver and below next week. Or instead, we'll just keep dealing with whatever happens here.
Oh, the whole night? We can do Michael J. Fox, Secret of My Success.
I think a good ending shot here is
Yeah, give it to me, Jake.
Gable with his hand on Bronson, and they're like going up the stairs, and then you see Bishop puts his arm around Soot's shoulder as they walk away.
Okay.
And then it zooms out, and then there's the whole destruction of the house.
Yeah, right. One of the doors falls off the hinges, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
There's smoke billowing from a fire that was set at some point.
Yeah. The guys who are holding the mirror trip on one of the marbles.
Oh no.
Yes.
It looked like they were finally gonna get away scot-free, but no.
Yeah,
And
I
we're all
mean,
just like standing there.
that's it's Chekhov's mirror. Something's got to happen. So
The
I think
shield
so.
is still down there.
oh yeah. Yeah, they stumble on the shield. They step on the shield and it slides on the marbles and it just
This was nice.
all right. Well, let's go down the line here and outro everybody because this was a wild night of craziness. Robert, where can we find you?
I'm Braden Barley. You can find me drinking around Leyland and hating on Luskin.
Fair enough.
All right.
LB, what do you got?
I'm LB Hackabup. You can find me at LB Hackabup on the Twitters and the Instagrams. Hack Recklessly on Twitch and YouTube. Boy, tonight wasn't it, guys?
Tonight was.
It sure was.
Jake.
Oh, hi, Internet. I'm Jake, and you can find me at Legends Rerolled, a TTRPG podcast that we do that retells classic stories. We're doing The Wizard of Oz.
All right, and Cujo.
Hi, I'm Cujo of Cujo Plays Games. #LuckFuskin.
Oh,
I
add that to the t-shirt list too.
You can find me at Cujo Plays Games on all major social media platforms, as well as at Crit Hit Chronicles on Instagram. If you're looking for me on Twitter, it's at Crit Hit Chron, because character limits are a thing. We have a Daggerheart game every other Tuesday. Tales of the Valiant is going to be starting up soon, so key in for that. In the meantime, maybe look tomorrow. You might see me over at Hack Recklessly. I don't know.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
And I'm Ted. This is my channel. I have a bunch of stuff coming out on the YouTubes. I'll be over on Robert's channel tomorrow night, which will be a lot of fun.
You'll be on your own channel tomorrow night.
In an ideal world, I will be on my own channel tomorrow night. I might be. I might not be. We'll see. Anyway.
It's pretty stable tonight, baby.
Yeah, it was actually. So, anyway, we'll be back here next week to see what else happens. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.
Mind Flare, goodbye.